Yo, I put it like wow, this that sound. These oaks don't work hard like me, I hope they know by now. Bayo Bab, stand my ground. Throw these money trees, go overseas like Percy Tau. I'll make sure you stay around, quiet when I'm under loud. No negatives allowed, me and positivity took a vow. I always play to win, don't anticipate loss. Mind always in the clown, my boy. Never think about the drop, never ever ever think about the drop.
Welcome to it, sports fans. It is another day where I'm alive, and that's good news. That's genuinely good news for me. Now, that's not necessarily good news for other people, but I can't be concerned with your issues every single day, you know? I got a life to live. I got to get up. I got to eat breakfast. These are the kinds of things adults do. And it's great to be back. It's actually the first full show we're going to have where I'm not pretending to be busy in a different province or a different place. I'm back in Gauteng. I'm back in the pressure cooker. Let's go. I'm joined by the man who... A lot happened since I was gone. So he's taken over the show twice, and the behavior of the crew has changed as well. It's gotten a very, very dynamic. People are feeling very confident that weren't as confident before I left. So, Paulo Diaz, I'm going to have to ask some questions. I mean, what sort of literature were you spreading? Obviously, if you're doing a coup and it looks like you're trying to go sort of Chairman Mao vibes and kind of take over what I was doing, you sort of burn the books. It looks like everything that I've done before, you've erased that somehow, which is brilliant. And now the guys are feeling very, very confident.
How do you feel about that? Because as easy as I built them up, I can break them. This is the power. This is the power I have.
Yeah.
You build them up, think they have something.
Yes.
They're there.
Yeah.
They're going after my man here. They've turned him into a walking meme.
Yeah.
If you guys want to kill it, I crush it. I can crush it just as easily. It's built very brittly.
You know, it's such a great point. And the way I feel about it is that it's good to know that the culture of a cult and sort of there's no democracy here. I'm very power hungry, and I like to make sure that everybody knows that I'm in charge. It's good to know that at least that will continue. Now, will that turn against me? Obviously, is as a demagogue sort of figure myself, will it turn against me that you're capable of reproducing my business model as quickly as I am? Now, I've got to deal and process that, you know, on the other side. So,
well, I mean, that's the thing. Do you want to have one cult?
Yes.
And then it disappears?
Yeah.
Or do you want to empower multiple cults that you just keep moving on and moving on? So it's like you've almost got to be like sink to the background a little bit.
Yes.
Let the others put themselves in the front. Think they have the power.
Yeah.
Let them take the fall. FBI comes, raids, FDA. Let them deal with it.
Yes.
I've moved on to the next one. I start a cult where they're making water, for example. That's the key.
Ryan doesn't drink water. He says it doesn't take. Well,
I'll change it. I'll have Ryan drinking 5 liters by the end of the week. Don't worry. This is the force of personality. I got them doing yoga on the roof in the mornings. They think it's yoga. Indoctrinating.
I see. Ryan doesn't even realize it because actually Ryan doesn't know what water tastes like. He says he heard it tastes like nothing from other people. He's 26 years old, never made his own decision from the signs of things. You know?
How do you...
Yeah. No, that happened yesterday.
We only have 2 hours.
It's incredible. Next to him, a man who was possibly influenced by Paulo, a man who's, is Senzo, a man on the streets. He will be influenced by stuff. Senzo likes stuff. He's about that life, and he's just trying to live his life. Senzo Stebe, what you saying to me, Paul?
Nothing much, my man. How are you?
Senzo, it's good to be back. I'll be honest with you. I didn't know if I'd want to see your face again. When I left, I was in Cape Town. I thought I won't miss Senzo, but that I lied to myself. I didn't miss you. I missed everybody.
Good
and
to
you want to. So I just want to be clear though. I didn't 100% only miss you. You get a percentage of the missing. It's 100%.
You know what your problem is? You like to over elaborate. You miss me. It's done. What people choose to infer from that's their problem.
Oh, this is where we're opposite. I leave no room for inference. So I need you to be, as the constituents in the ANC would say, not just clear, crystal clear.
So you care what people think about you?
No. I care that I don't want you coming back to me because I care about my time. So I always want to be very clear up front with the whole story because I don't need you going, what did you mean there again? No, I got stuff to do. You know what I'm saying?
But thanks.
I missed you, Senzo, and it's good to see your hands.
And I'll take that.
Yeah, and your face is bloody handsome, by the way. That's very true.
He's looking healthy again. I was worried about him. You didn't see him when you first came back out of exams.
Yes.
He was looking, you could see the stress. Even people were commenting.
Yeah.
But he's looking good again. He's good.
Because, and just after the exams, remember you had something stuck in your eye for James's interview, and I think there was another interview where you had something stuck in your eye and it was just producing a little bit of perspiration from what people classically know in science as tear ducts, but you weren't crying, you just had something in your eye and change of season. Remember that?
But I'm back.
Senzo Sateba says he's back.
I'm back.
All right, I love it. Listen, I'll tell you where I was right, where I was wrong. We'll talk a little bit about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Obviously, we're all Ollie in. We'll do some social media, and then we'll have a look at some of the T20 stuff, if anybody cares about the T20 World Cup. It's very, very confusing. You actually need a degree in engineering just to figure out how the group stage works. Forget about actually figuring out the tournament itself. But we'll get into all of that and much, much more. The MKT Show coming up on the other side. There are still no turtles in Johannesburg.
Facts.
Hey?
Facts.
Real thing, huh?
Facts only.
And if people don't know, you got to listen to the show yesterday.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so shout out Ryan. Ryan's one of those people, and James and Ryan have this in common. Obviously, again, it is important to give people the full context. Mm-hmm. Both are from where Devilsdorp is, so you can't. There's no diluting that by moving to the northern suburbs. Ryan still actually lives there in the West Rand. So they both have this thing where they keep surprising me. Maybe it's my ego thinking I'll never be surprised again. But Ryan always, every day, James, every time I talk to James, I think, bloody hell, human beings think that, huh? And it's awesome.
It's the best.
With all the information they have access to in the world, they still think that.
Yeah, no, and it's. I love both of them. I love both of them. Unlike the missing thing, Senzo, with them, I've actually made more room in my brain. I love both of them separately. They both.
Do you know sometimes they say stuff? I'm just like, I'm processing. I'm like, these are two over 20-something-year-olds.
Yeah.
And this is how they think.
Yeah.
It's Disneyland with you.
It's fantastic.
It's Disneyland.
It's fantastic. Paulo, yesterday, Brad was talking about a Brazilian guy he played football with. And we got into sort of Mario Cardi. I'm not sure if you've heard. He's obviously, he's no Marcus Rashford. He is only concerned about himself. Have you heard the latest? His wife is currently negotiating a transfer, except it's not for him. It's out of the marriage.
Right. Okay.
No,
really?
Yes.
Yeah. Wow, that is fantastic, because what a way to ruin a man's career.
Yeah.
And then leave him. That is phenomenal. Wow. What's her name? Ivana? What's her name?
Wanda Nara.
Wanda. She's got a stripper name. Yeah.
Paulo. Now, were you a little bit perhaps misogynist there? Because actually, here's what's happened. Do you want to be shocked? Mauro Cardi has been playing with 12 men on the pitch, if you know what I'm saying.
Again.
And his wife found out.
Again.
Yeah.
Are the men literal men, or you
no, metaphorically? He has a lady on the
right.
He was getting up to some shenanigans on the side, yeah. and now
Okay.
she found out, and she has decided, again. So now, Senzo, I believe he missed the PSG game on the weekend.
No, you didn't miss. You missed training.
Oh, he missed training because he had to go back to Italy because she found out and things are falling apart, and she posted on social media.
And she says, "Yo, do you like my hand? It looks better without a ring."
What?
Yeah.
And then she wrote, "Yo, now you've destroyed 2 families."
Yeah, no, that's happening. This is the lady who let another man who she essentially cheated with put Maximiliano Lopez's kids on his arm.
No, that's
Yeah, and now she's putting it in the mix. Yeah. So, Paolo, welcome to the real world, pal. Because the thing is, a lot of people don't realize that Paolo actually has an incredibly important job where he has to do, like, Paolo doesn't sleep. Like, I've texted him before, like 2 a.m, because I also have this thing where I don't sleep. Paolo replies immediately. He has a real job. So I understand that he's missed this stuff. But Paolo, welcome back to the real world. This is what's happening, Maro.
That did not go across my dashboard. That is unreal stuff.
And I imagine now she's his agent. She's Icardi's agent.
Yeah, what about that?
No,
Paolo?
the real losers are Newcastle, because you know they had lined him up number 1.
Yeah.
You know he's lined up for January. And now what? Now they don't have a striker.
So what do you reckon? Because he's heartbroken, or why does
Well,
he?
who's his agent?
Yeah, that's true.
He's got no
his
agent
agent?
now.
No, I'm saying now what happens.
Wonder is his agent, so who negotiates his inevitable move to Newcastle?
This is such a good point. Who does he go to as the next agent? Who wants that guy? Mino. Eh?
Mino can turn it around.
Mino special. He does the PR.
Oh, yeah.
Makes him do a press conference with children. That
Gotta tell him
with
this-
Rashford.
yeah.
Get Rashford. We
You
feed the
gotta
kids
tell-
while we do
Rashford feeds him
Yes.
in the press conference.
Yes. Oh my god.
And then-
is Paolo the new agent?
I'm gonna do it.
And then you know Mino, but Mino doesn't play games. He's gonna say, "Dude, I'm gonna want my 30 off the top.
Yeah.
Just shave the
Up front.
up front,
Up front.
Newcastle.
and I want it in duffel bags in ones."
Yeah.
And we're gonna go put them in one. Never mind.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's good.
But yeah, it's an electric world. Nico Kritzinger, you can actually put your comments. By the way, we're able to do polls now on YouTube. We should get one of those going. Nico Kritzinger says Senzo still looks like a walking skeleton. MKT needs to pay him more so he can afford some nyama. Now,
No.
Senzo, are you stressed? Let's talk about it. Why do people say you look like a walking
I
skeleton?
don't know, bro.
Are you stressed still? Maybe Paolo
Maybe a
was...
little bit, but
What are you stressed about? I mean, let's talk about it.
hey, bro, it's hard being the man.
So is it what you're... Because no one understands, is what you're saying, hey?
No, but it's probably the cameras. I feel great.
Listen, I'm pretty stressed. I got 2 women that matter in my life coming to visit me this week. I just thought I'd show you a piece of my life. My sister is currently arriving at my house, I think, and my mother arrives Thursday, Friday. What should I be doing in Johannesburg with my mom? I mean, she's pretty basic lady.
What does she enjoy doing?
Working. She enjoys working.
Okay, outside of working.
Working. She works as a
Okay,
side
but
job. She works.
But she also has to eat at some point.
Well, I don't believe that. I've never seen my mom
No, but
actually.
Maybe
Where should I take her? Should I take her to the Leonardo for a pizza?
I don't know what you do because you're very upper echelon guy. So
Oh, that's very true.
you know if it's hard to please you,
Yeah.
then I can't tell you how to please your mother.
The Linden Market. That's what I
Linden-
just looked at on this weekend.
Okay.
Entertain them. It's nice, lovely out there. Botanical gardens.
Yes.
Lots of craft food.
What if it rains?
No rain.
Cross that bridge. I mean, I've got
Cross
to
that
have in sales we call it a pipeline. So this is great. What Senzo? So you don't want to help me. You don't care about my mom's happiness. That's great.
No.
Paolo, thank you very much for being a good person.
If it does rain, across the way there's a lovely little eatery
Yes.
on the corner there. So
Or an umbrella. I mean, what are we doing? Hey?
You know, black woman in rain. You're getting stuck in the rain.
Hey, listen. My mom worked in war zones for 20 years. I don't think she's worried about a
see
little
now?
rain. You know what I mean?
You see, so if you're this guy,
Yeah.
I'm afraid of what standard your mom.
No,
holds
my
you
mom
to.
is actually easygoing because she survived in war zones for 20 years as somebody on the ground, working, moving, grooving. I'm the problem. If my
Actually,
old man was here, then...
I need to go back into my Rolodex when I was a single guy.
Oh, boy. So what, you don't go to restaurants now because you boot up? What do you do? Are you scared that women are going to look at you and send it to your girlfriend? Well, what do you mean?
Hey, bro, hey.
Do you not go out anymore? You don't believe in eating?
I do go out.
To nice restaurants. Yeah, plus you're friends with celebrities. I mean, anyway, James, you are somebody who has never cared about his mother's happiness. We know that. That's not me making that up. I mean, you've been extremely unhappy that your mom would dare take time off And people may or may not know this, but your mom is also coming to visit. Not sure if you wanted people to know that. And now if she was ignoring friends and people that are in Johannesburg, and they may watch this show and they may know she's in town, which might be quite annoying for her because she probably wanted to just hang out with her son, who will look like Arnold Schwarzenegger within the next 3 months because he's obviously taken up a health challenge. James, so you don't care about your mom's happiness, but if you were to care about her happiness, where would you take her? Where are you going to take your mom? I mean, you don't need to tell me what days or whatever. Where are you going to take your mom?
I can't remember the reason that I don't care about my mom's happiness.
Oh, okay. Oh, happy to remind you. No worries. Thanks for asking, James. So a couple of months ago, James and I chatting, laughing. Hey, friends, getting along, podcast. And he showed me a photo of his mother enjoying champagne at the beach with perhaps a friend or her partner, her husband. And she had the audacity to send that to James to say she's enjoying her life after sacrificing 25 years at a corporate where they squeezed the soul out of her so that James could go to St. Stithians. And James saw his mum having lunch and daring to enjoy a little bit of money that James has left on the table after all of it went into St. Stithians school fees and the 6 iPods that he had. And when James saw the photo of his mom enjoying champagne for lunch, he said, "Must be nice," with a tone. So that's how we know you don't love your mom, James. So that's why you don't love your mom. Just for those who need a reminder.
I'm not going to defend myself. I know I don't have to. To answer your question, though, which, if I'm not mistaken, was if I did love and appreciate my mom, what would I do with her? That was the question, right?
Yeah.
There's also a Santon market that I might want to take my mom to, but the only thing is you're not allowed to go to it, so you're not allowed to take that idea. Okay,
cool. No, I won't. Just like you didn't take my idea when I said with your lady, maybe take her for a picnic. Yeah, I understand.
No, the only reason why I'm saying you're not allowed to take my idea is because it's literally right next to somewhere.
Your school?
No.
What?
No.
Where you live?
Oh, is it next to the strip club?
Wait, what? No.
That was my first thought.
Yeah, I live. No, there's one up the road.
It's right next to where I live.
Oh no, I wouldn't be caught dead in that
That's
area.
what I'm saying.
Oh, no ways. I've said you live in the slums, you should move to Bryanston and pay the same prices and not actually fear that people that live in shacks are going to come and stab you in the throat with a heroin knife, but you refuse to listen. So again, you don't care about your relationship with your lady, don't care about your mom, don't care about anything I've got to say. So shout out to you, Jimbo. So what you thinking? That market, that's nice. Mommy, James, hey mom, eventually I have a solid job. I'm not going to pay for it still. I'm going to fake that thing where I go for the wallet because we've discussed this and you refuse to pay for food for your mom. But that's fine. Where else might you take her, James?
That is so wrong.
Oh, it's true.
No, it's not.
It's true.
We had the discussion.
We did have this.
You how it went. And
okay, how'd it go? How'd it go? Not everybody watches every day. Let's close it out. How'd it go? You go out. You, your mom, your brother. Obviously, you all love each other. You're the second favorite son. We all know that. And then how does it go? Oh, James, you've had your beautiful steak or pizza or whatever. And now the bill comes.
Yeah. Okay. So we had this discussion, right? And I said that I'm always willing to pay, and sometimes I want to because, like you say, and you make it sound all doom and gloom. She worked for 25 years, corporate, blah blah blah. I'm willing to pay, and I wanna. But my mom being my mom, is like, no, don't. Why would you do that?
But you've never thought, I'll just sneak off before. Like it's almost like you're surprised by the bill the 100th time your mom has to pay. It's like you've never thought, you know what I'll do? Let me talk to the waiter aside. Hey, please don't let that lady pay, because I've done this a million times and it's not that hard. Hey, don't let her pay. I'll meet you at the front, right? And then I'll pay. I'll pretend like I'm going to the bathroom. Oh no, but that's way too hard because, she only worked for 25 years. Why didn't she do it for 30? I hear you, James. I hear you. So you reckon...
See, I didn't think of it, and it shows because that's why you earn the big bucks.
Yeah. Oh, lucky he's going to start listening to me now. All right, James. So enjoy Santon Market and enjoy having your mum keep paying for you and her retirement just being drained.
Is your mum coming... what day is your mum come?
Thursday.
Wow.
Yeah, 2 days' time.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay. Well...
So it's going to be great. It is going to be great. So yeah, there you have it, James. No advice at all because he's never treated his mom to anything. But it is unbelievable, you know. And James is a good guy, but you think to yourself, you can't. You know what it's like. I don't know if you've James, well, not James. James is in a happy situation now, but Paolo, you're in an even happier situation where your lady decided to stay. You've tricked her into staying with you long term, almost. I would say a wife. You could almost. Some people would call her a wife.
Hypnosis.
Yeah, but you remember probably early on. You could be the cheap one. I don't want to be a misogynist here, or she's the cheap one. You know, when early on in the romance is where people do the pretend to reach for their card thing, like no, I'll pay. No, like, do you know that thing? Do you remember that? I think James is doing that with his mom right now.
I've never done that. I was very lucky. I was always earning money, even from a teenager.
Yes.
So I was always paying. I was big flex. Big flex.
Really?
Man.
And back then you would have been what?
But you were allowed to do that stuff then. I don't know if you're allowed to do that stuff on dates. You guys tell me you're younger than me. It's like before, paying was gentlemanly. It was like,
yes,
I would like to thank you.
Yeah.
It was like a good thing to do.
Yes.
Now I hear from guys, like if you dare do that, like you're getting cancelled. It's
Yeah.
like
No,
everyone gets
And
woke
if you
up when
open
you...
the door-
Like, I heard the door thing. It's
Oh.
like, now, I hold doors open, right? But sometimes I go, oh, you can see a look in the eye. And normally you can tell by they wear that kind of shoe. The ladies are going to be upset by you holding the door. You know the shoe, the little brown shoes, you know those things. You know what I'm talking about? Those get upset if you open the door. I'm not saying anything. It's that they tend to, more likely than not, they'll give you that look, right?
Yeah.
And so it's like stuff like it's so scary these days. How do we navigate? I'm not Epstein, guys.
Yeah.
I'm just a gentleman.
That's the thing. You know what you ask them? What do you want to do?
That's tough though, because you know, romance almost lives in the unexplained, because it's almost the unsaid, right? That's where the romance lies.
Yeah.
It's almost like, you know, love is almost better as an action, because people get upset. It's like, you should know. You know how people always get upset and go, no, but you should know that. Is what they're telling you is you should care enough to read the little things. So I hear what Paul is saying, but now you will get cancelled. Don't you dare open a door, sends a step. The next time your lady's in this country, if you dare, if I see you...
Oh, with his lady he can, because he knows. Strangers.
Is that the...
Yeah, no, with your lady you should, I mean.
The ones with the little brown pointy shoes, slam the door. And I'm not saying every woman who wears those
Not
brown...
in her face either.
Yeah. I'm not saying every woman who wears those brown pointy shoes doesn't want you to open the door.
Yes.
But usually the ones who don't like you holding open the door are wearing brown pointy shoes. Maybe they're just uncomfortable.
Maybe.
I don't know. Wear sneakers. Sneakers are they formal attire now, right? Slam the door.
I like. You see your spirit. I like that. I'm with that. You know, I'm still gonna hold. You got to hold strong. You got to hold strong, because
you have to.
What you can't allow.
I believe I was raised to be a gentleman, and I will carry on doing that.
Of course,
because I don't. Even if I get cancelled by one, I get resubscribed. By 10.
You know, people are. See, this guy's the guy. But you see, this is the problem. Like the world is too PC now. Guys don't even want to be like decisive, because hey, what if I get cancelled?
No. Yeah, it's like
what if people stop being romantic? Like most. The thing is, most men and women still identify as what we would define as men and women. Like,
sure.
So now, what if guys like what Paul is saying is guys like me? What if I was to completely stop in the fear of the 2% who identify as LGBTI plus, right? Now I'm stopping that whole thing, because so 98% of the world has to suffer because of 2%. It ain't gonna happen. I'm still gonna hold doors open, and I'm still, although I got to tell you, I'm not big on the me paying thing, purely because if we're gonna do equal rights, let's do it properly. But I'm still gonna pay for meals. You know what I mean?
That's cool. Do that. You actually look a lot like Dave Chappelle now that you say that. So I think that you share the same sort of stance that she could be okay.
Senzo, do I look like Chappelle?
There's a Chappelle-nish to you.
To me,
It's the glasses. It's the glasses.
No, it's the Lutwadi.
It's the impantla. It's a big forehead.
There's a top half Chappelle.
Top half Chappelle, yeah.
I'm gonna watch the Chappelle special. Then I'll.
Paul, have you seen it? By the way, before we get into being right and wrong, because I haven't seen it yet. He's amazing, hey?
But he's Chappelle. I think anybody else saying that doesn't get away with it, because he's got. I mean, and don't just watch that special. You have to have a history of seeing all of them, right? He justifies everything he says, whether he's right or wrong.
Yeah.
That's his perspective.
But that's the thing.
Right?
I respect somebody. I respect you more if you're like that. Don't say stuff just to be liked, because those people are always sitting on the fence. If you're gonna be wrong, stand Stand by it.
And you can see that people are leaning back towards that. And Paolo, you and I, we all work in content, but I mean, you are at the sort of cutting edge. Is you can see with guys like Rogan and you see Howard Stern, the guys that have stood strong through it all are the most successful. They continue to rise to the very top. Like you're saying, is now people identify with, like or hate, that's who they are. Like
Exactly.
if you're this person who's pandering to everyone all the time, people now aren't connecting with. We know that CNN and nonsense like that and big networks are lying to us. Is if you're constantly swinging your opinion just because of where you work, nobody follows you anymore.
Exactly.
It's why Alex Jones, even though YouTube tried to cancel him, is still one of the most followed people and listened to people. Is that's who he is.
Sure.
And people love that.
Exactly.
You know, I don't know what the data says to you, Paula, but be who you are, you know? It's tough, though.
It is tough, but, you know, there's people are just tired of being lied to, and they're tired of fabrication.
Yeah.
You know, they'd rather somebody's being honest but being himself than
Yeah.
someone who's, because I think it's more offensive to be flipping around. It's just
Hey, pay for a lady's freaking dinner.
That's.
Can we just pay for dinner?
I just saw on-
pay for dinner,
I just saw on
James.
the-
James, just pay for
make
pretend.
that the hashtag.
I just saw in the comments now. Tracy Bard says.
James, see if we can put that comment up. Tracy Bard, which one?
She says the woke is killing chivalry with a dagger. But did she get upset when you paid the bill, or only when you opened the door? They need to pick a lane. Equal always, or be surprised when someone is kind.
Now, Tracy has spoken to something that, because I'm a weird extremist, probably why I'm single is that I'm big on let's just from the very. So I will ask you immediately as well. What do you do with your money? Because while we're at it, I don't care how much money you have. I want to know what I'm dealing with straight away. Like I'm 35
Straight away,
now.
yeah.
I don't have time to waste.
You want transparency.
I'm not a romantic either. Like what do you do with your money? Oh, I save it. Cool. We can get along. Because ultimately, in all relationships, it's always nice to know we're both reading off the same presumption page.
Sure.
Right. It's like it's why guys and girls who went to the same school and were sort of what can you say, socialized in similar areas, get along, because I don't have to ask you what's your fundamental.
I know what your fabric is.
So I like to get that out the way straight away. What do you do with your money? Because hey, I know money isn't everything, and it's not. It's a lot of things though. Let's be honest. Is that what do you do with your money? Because then I always say your financial situation tells me how you handle your life more often than not. Because the money is the outcome, but if you have the right processes in place, you generally, I know how you're rolling in your personal life, and then I can save time. But it's not very romantic. That's why I'm single. You know what I mean?
No, but you're practical.
Which is not very romantic. It's not very romantic to be practical. That's why James is incredibly handsome, and he does have a lady. So shout out to James for more being vibes.
But the thing is, you're my girlfriend. I've seen you speak, and you guys are kind of like the same person. Like you're very.
I'm way less attractive, to be very clear. I have seen
weird things about you.
Yeah, it does.
Weird things about you.
Yeah, and so just to be clear, is I'm less attractive than Senzor's female, just because we know where people could go. Yesterday, I think people thought I had a sleepover with James at his house. I didn't. I wasn't there. I didn't sleep it.
He's lying.
Yeah, no, but I didn't sleep at your house, James.
You're lying. Don't lie to the people.
So I did sleep at your house.
Yeah.
Wait, just
Wow.
just another thing as well.
It's called Rohypnol.
Just another thing as well. This is the last thing I'm going to say on this thing. Apparently, Mauro Icardi has threatened to leave PSG if his wife Wanda Nara does not return to him.
Wait a minute. Okay.
What's this got to do
Listen,
with
we had a
PSG?
segment. All right, we had a segment lined
That
up.
club
for now.
is vibes. That
Okay.
club is vibes. Unreal.
What are you talking about?
Unreal.
That's what apparently.
No. Read that again. Wait, what?
Mauro Icardi has threatened to leave PSG if his wife Wanda Nara does not return to him.
This is unbelievable.
Like for a day or a few weeks till he sorts it out, or like for good? Based on what?
But wait, he'll leave PSG to go where?
To go wherever he goes.
But who's reporting this? Is this a blogger or is this like Sky Sports or?
Fabrizio. Here we go.
Wow. He has threatened to leave PSG if his wife.
Sports Bible's even saying if you thought the drama had ended with Mauro Icardi's reconciliatory post, then think again.
So wait, I will leave. Okay, so that's to say too much trauma. I need to get out here and fix things.
Yeah.
Can I tell you something scary about Mario Icardi? He's only 26 years old.
And he's finishing everything.
He's 26 years old, that guy. All right, so let's So Paula, I want to get your take. Like you're probably the only grown up actually in the studio. Like you and Welcome's a grown up. What is going on with this guy? Because obviously the whole first situation, we went through it, all right? Maxi Lopez, boom, there's the great meme, of course, of them on that beach holiday where Wanda's in the mix, whatever. Is like, in real life, what do you do in this situation? Like, do you get rid of the wife? Who's the problem? Like, who's the issue here? Is Maxi Lopez the problem for not meeting Wanda's needs originally? Is it Wanda the wanderer? I mean, is Icardi the problem? What help me understand. I need peace.
It takes two, and in this case, three, and it's probably four. There's four people to tango. It's, if you do it once, you do it forever, So and I'm not casting aspersions on Wanda at all, or Mauro Icardi. It's like, you start as you mean to go on. If your relationship is based off you having an adulterous relationship,
yes,
don't be surprised when it happens to you again.
Okay, so I wasn't crazy yesterday for saying exactly that. Like why is she upset?
Why is he upset?
Why
they're upset? Because while we know what we're dealing with, this is how we started.
Yeah.
Let's not be surprised when the tables turn. We know what the other is. We left our morals at the door.
Yes.
When we opened the door.
Yeah.
So don't be surprised when there's no morals in this. What the hell, poor... Listen.
I feel nothing for Icardi.
All I keep saying is every time there's a little clown show happening at PSG,
yes,
little Pochettino must be just Googling house prizes in Manchester. That's all.
Newcastle.
Well, I'm hoping. Here's my hope, and we'll probably get into it later.
Do you know what's been loving this?
The worst things get at PSG. I just keep hoping Poch goes, enough.
This is it. Do you know who must be loving this? I'm sure Maxi Lopez pulled up to training. Him and Messi had tea. They said, "Hey boy, what's going on with your boy?"
We told him. But my thing is this: is now there's a whole other layer now. There is no way the Qataris are letting Pochettino leave for Newcastle. And because you know what happens now is Saudi Arabia are going to pay £50 million for a manager. That is the only way the Qataris are letting him go. Like, hey, Maurizio, you unhappy? Awesome, you can leave. Here's the price. And we don't even pick up the phone at 35 million.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen now, because now it's gone full geopolitical.
Yeah.
Oh, now we're bringing in the Middle East and, hey, that oil region. Now they're fighting and it's above actually football. And now, they do business very differently in that part of the world. Now the Europeans are going to have a whole issue with it. Now, there's a different way to how the continent behaves to the Brits. Oh, did the Premier League ever lose? They don't lose.
It's entertainment. At the end of the day, it's entertainment.
So did Mauro Icardi actually realize the set of events, his philandering little...
Yeah. Well, we don't know if it's a little...
Well...
Yeah.
That it's set off, that he's now causing World War III, essentially.
Who knew that when he tattooed the names of a man with angel hair on his arm, that one day Qatar would go and pay one of the greatest footballers in Michel Platini to rig an entire World Cup and thus render French football in a prison, and then a woman would become the agent of the previous father and now Mario Icardi, and now take off her ring on social media? Who knew? Who knew that World War III would be started by an Argentine guy who Paulo has said has a little member? Who knew?
And the other lady involved is called China Suarez.
And I want to see what.
Are we joking here?
Yeah, no, I told you.
All right, we'll talk more about this after the break. We actually have a running order, but it's Paulo again coming in here and literally and figuratively ripping it up. Ladies and gentlemen, the MKT Show, which now will be known as Icardi Gate, because this is Icardi Gate, will continue on the other side.
No, but I understand.
James has never paid for anything for his mother. We have to acknowledge that, guys. It's not something that's going to go away. Just because we don't talk about it, it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. You know, a lot of people don't want to have uncomfortable conversations. And I feel as a big-time journalist these are the sorts of things that I've got to drill down into. You know, Paolo, I can't let it go. His mother is a woman who... Can you imagine being a woman in the 90s working in corporate? Can you imagine that? Like...
God.
Just watch Mad Men.
But you know what I'm saying?
I started working in corporate like early 2000s and I saw some of the behavior that was going on. And that was like the tail end of the bad behavior.
Yes.
I can only imagine what was going on before then.
And James Ilsley says, I don't care. She'll never get a steak out of me. No way. There's no way. You know, everything my mom went through, being a beautiful lady in the 90s.
Not even a Turn and Tender Wednesday special.
Not even Spur where you get
There's
8
like-
steaks for free.
There's like 90 Rand Turn and Tender Wednesday. Other steakhouses are available.
There's
but
no way. Not James Ilsley. I'm not paying a cent.
baked potato?
You know what? If my mom thinks she's getting a baked potato out of me, she better go straight back to where she lives now, 1,200 kilometers away. So shout out to James for being that strong. I mean, you think to yourself, people sacrifice for you. But hey, this is where we live. This is where we are. Paolo, you heard about James's next level commitment to fitness, and obviously you've heard where that's going. He had a pretty rough week, and this won't shock you. He was whinging the whole time, is what I've been told by Brad, just complaining the whole time about it. So,
But that's the phase, though. That's a phase. He's got to like, when you do this sort of stuff, you got to like, absolutely break down. So I think he's being absolutely broken down at this point. And from here, it's just like, I fear for what James could be.
yeah,
I fear.
on the other side.
I fear.
Told you guys.
I fear.
Yeah, hey, he's going to rise from the ashes, the phoenix. You've seen this before.
We have seen this sort of
Your
stuff.
thoughts, Senzo. I want to hear everything.
You
that
created this monster.
No, let's hear it. What have you seen before? Take me into it.
When guys start to gym now,
Yes.
And you see now, he wants to be the alpha dog. That's
He's
why
not just gymming though. He's like
Memeing me
course
up.
correcting.
Yes.
miming me up. He's tired of being bullied. He's taking his freedom back.
James, is that enough?
He's had enough. And I see he's recruited Ryan.
Okay.
This was like that movie with J-Lo. Remember when she
Really?
left her husband in the then she came. Was it called Stronger or something?
It's called Enough or something like
Yeah, that's it.
called
James is
Enough.
going to enough us.
Okay, J-Lo, who knew? BBW, shout out James. J-Lo, obviously one of the BBWs, which is a different BBW
No, she's
to...
not a BBW. No.
Luke Shaw was also a BBW.
But the J-Lo isn't a BBW.
Not a B...
She's just bad.
she used to be one of the dancing girls on...
In Living Color.
yeah, the Fly Girls or whatever they call
Hey,
it.
but now I'd never, that's high maintenance. You see, J-Lo's one day gotta be like times 15.
Because Ben Affleck?
P. Diddy,
Yeah, but he's... Okay,
Mark
they deserved
Anthony?
each other.
A-Rod.
Mark Anthony. And now
A-Rod.
A-Rod. Yeah, steroid guy. Wowzers. J-Lo doing it, huh? Shout out. Hey, listen, if it was a dude, guys go, hey,
No, she is doing it.
good for her. She's like, okay, I'm done with you.
Do you know
I'm
what they call
moving
her?
on.
They call her the Thanos.
She is. She's going for it. And she's getting married again, isn't she?
To A-Rod.
No. A-Rod's over. No,
To A-Rod. She's engaged to A-Rod.
Didn't she ditch
no,
A-Rod?
that's over.
It's not over, guys. I'm telling you.
Well, no, they were married.
No, they weren't. They just got engaged.
No, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, she also had a thing with Drake.
No, dude, I will Google it right now. I'm pretty
J-Lo
sure J-Lo
partner.
and A-Rod have... That ended. I'm
Be
100%...
specific. Put a month there, or else it's gonna.
Yeah.
You don't know what your search results are gonna be.
So what does it say? Now, Senzo is looking at his screen because I think he's finding out that he was wrong. And
No, I'm right.
what's the story?
She's with A-Rod.
Now.
Yes.
I thought it ended.
No.
Okay, well, we'll keep an eye on that. I thought it had ended, but shout out to J-Lo going... Because I'm pretty sure she's engaged to another guy. I might be wrong. I mean, but...
Personal life.
Yeah, listen. Shout out to J-Lo. She's doing it. Booty popping, making music, singing Latin hits.
Oh.
Yes.
They got engaged and then
Yes.
they broke up.
No, we're aware of that. We knew that.
And then she went back to Ben Affleck for a bit.
Yes, that's what I saw. She was back with Ben Affleck.
Now.
They were
Yeah,
even saying
in April.
there is a remake of Giggly in the works with them.
No.
Wow. You think one is bad enough?
That's a threat.
No.
Because they feel they had to correct it.
Gilly's... Giggly or... I don't know how to say it
I don't
properly.
even have respect to say it the right way.
No, I don't know. Is it Gilly, Giggly? I don't
I say
know.
Giggly.
Let me tell you
Oh,
what-
yes, because she came out in July and she said, no, I'm with Batman now.
what I'm tired of steroid guy.
No, I'm the real Batman.
Yeah. Here's what happened, right? Is I got to tell you about my trauma of Giggly / Gili. Was I got forced into that because one of the most beautiful girls that would ever spend time around me, like loved J-Lo, and it was one of the worst like hour and a half or whatever it was of my life. Have you seen it? It is one of the worst things
But
that's
it
ever
got,
happened
it,
to
got,
us.
it got a rotten apple.
Got
Got
all of them.
It got a razor, got a rotten apple, got
fruit
everything.
shop with bad
All
fruit.
right, it looks like okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, a man who got broken up with while he was in Dubai, but he didn't actually ruin his family's holiday. A lady sent him a text while he was in Dubai to say we need to talk. Has a story about Gili, but he didn't ruin his family's holiday in Dubai. Probably staying at the Khalifa. Because his mom obviously worked for 25 years at a corporate where in the 80s and 90s she probably had the most despicable
Okay, I'm going to
bigotry
stop you.
come her
There
way.
are other things that define me as a human being.
Okay, all right, James. Sorry, so sorry about the breakup and the fact that. Yeah. Anyway,
Thank you.
sorry. Let's not make this
Condolences received. Thanks.
about me. All right, do you have a story about Gili and a beautiful lady, or
No stories, just something we all picked up in the back here. The whole time, Sensor was like, it's A-Rod. Guys, it's A-Rod. It's A-Rod. Everyone, it's A-Rod. Then we found out it was Ben Affleck, and then Sensor went, yeah, I told you, it's Ben Affleck, guys.
I told you.
yeah, he was pretty confident that he was like absolutely certain
No, but
that
like for
she's
me,
with A-Rod.
no. For me, like the thing is, they broke up, then they reconciled, and then A-Rod popped the question. J-Lo's fast, yo.
Even too fast for you, hey?
She's fast.
Yeah, no, listen.
But Ben Affleck, that's why, because every time he was with Jennifer Garner, you saw that he wasn't happy.
How do you know
Oh,
that?
the rugged look, and then he
Can't
wasn't.
make
He wasn't.
that kind of assumption.
Yeah, how does he
No,
know that?
but he wasn't crying, and he was drinking too much.
What do you mean? How do you know? What,
He
do
says
you know the
this
guy?
like he knows, like he had
That's
to go
what I'm saying,
pick him up.
Bro, come on. Look
Do
at
you know the Asian lady who does his nails? I mean, how do you have this?
Look at Jennifer Garner, right?
Yeah,
And look at J-Lo, right?
sure. Both beautiful, successful, talented.
Look at Ben Affleck under Jennifer Garner.
Yeah.
And look at him under J-Lo.
So are you saying you can tell a guy's wellness by the quality of his
Stress,
lady?
boy, stress.
Or the other way around?
Look at it as well. Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt, when he was with Jennifer Aniston, you saw him,
Swagger.
you know what I mean?
Yes.
Meet Joe Black and all that.
Yes.
And then Angelina came with her 50,000 children. Guy looked like he wanted to kill himself. Now that the extra stress is gone, did you see him at the US Open?
I didn't.
He looks like Brad Pitt again.
Back again.
He's back.
Maybe he was in the middle of a high intensity production while he was with Jennifer Garner.
Also, Senzo, this news is not news. I mean, they've been broken up for over 2 or 3 months now.
Who are we talking about here?
J-Lo.
Okay. So you're big into J-Lo there, right?
No, I'm, as you know, pop culture fan.
Yeah, for sure.
I listen to what's going on. Mm-hmm.
And what happened? Well, what happened with J-Lo and
they broke up, and then...
No, we know that part. But
Yeah,
what are the events? Sorry, let me be more specific, Ryan.
Sorry?
Let me be more specific, because we already knew, just like you and Senzo need to know, is we already knew that they broke up. That's not what I'm asking you. I want to know, are you aware, like Senzo knows the lady who does Ben Affleck's nails, and he knows that he's not happy and he's drinking too much. Do you have an inside scoop for me? What happened? Did A-Rod start taking steroids again? Did J-Lo say, hey, papi, I want to go back, which is a little bit racist that I do that now. That was a little... I was a little bit racist, and if I get cancelled for that, I'll have to wear that one.
She does say it though.
She does,
Can
yeah.
you not say it?
No, she
But
does.
apparently, even after they broke up, right? J-Lo and Ben Affleck, they were sending each other.
How do you know this?
No, it's true. It was literally like...
What?
It was like an
What
intimate summer.
is
But the
this?
thing is, they literally got engaged within 2 months of the breakup. That's what made headlines. Like, it was 2 months. She ran back to Ben Affleck.
Wait, what do you mean it's true that they're texting? How do you guys know this?
Chief,
Pop culture.
Chief, you see, you must keep your ear to the ground. Content,
And if
Chief.
Senzo wasn't like reading all this United stuff,
Yeah.
he would be in the loop of what's going on. He wouldn't say it was A-Rod because
Yeah.
that's 2 monmonths old.
Now, Ryan, good stuff there. That's big production from your side, big presenting. Perhaps if your audio career doesn't work out, you could become because that's a great segue into what we need to talk about now. Manchester United are going to have to make some choices because we're actually a sports show.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy.
But A-Rod did play sports, so it kind of...
You guys are incredible. Again,
And I'm going to find a way of linking A-Rod to my thoughts.
excellent. No. I'll let
That's
those
big time.
ruminate as
That's
we
big
talk
time.
about being Ollie in. Listen, Man United need to make some choices. Guys, obviously you guys have a lot to say about it because obviously your club is crumbling to the ground and Cristiano Ronaldo is wasting away. But I want to give you my opinion quickly and then I'll let the boys chime in on Manchester United. Here's the thing. Man United made the same mistake twice, right? And they need to accept this. Is the old way is to build around the manager. And we've seen two clubs. My father always used to say to me, only idiots learn from their own mistakes. And we've watched Manchester United and Arsenal crumble recently because they made an 80s, 90s mistake where they built the entire company around one person. Arsene Wenger and Sir Alex were the club. And we now realize the clubs that are successful now are who? Real Madrid and largely Chelsea have been the dominant force. You now see Manchester City starting to ascend. The difference is nobody at Chelsea or Man City matters. Nobody matters. You are in, you are out. Mancini out, Pellegrini out. We keep winning. They don't care. We just lost Vincent Kompany. Doesn't matter. David Silva. Doesn't matter. Nobody should be at the center of the club but the club. And what you have to do is make the owners the center of the club. Man United have a big problem there because we know what's been going down with the ownership. Like them or not, right? Like them or not, we're not sure if they're as committed as they say. Because when Fergie left, it fell apart. When Wenger left, it fell apart. So Man United have a choice to make. And I always like tragedy. You know what it does is it creates clarity. Is Man United have a choice to make, and they need to make it before January comes. You either choose Ollie and tell the fans now that we are hanging on for the next 2 years, regardless of what happens. The other choice is the difficult one. You choose Cristiano Ronaldo. Because if you choose Cristiano Ronaldo, Ollie has to leave now so that Ronaldo can decide by January, really by December, who the new manager is, and then we can spend some money in January. if you choose Cristiano Ronaldo, you have to start getting rid of Oli right now. Caretaker manager till the, December, because it actually doesn't matter what United do now. They're not winning the title. So now it's over. Will they choose Oli? Will they choose Ronaldo? If I was Man United, I'd choose Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I know people don't want to hear that. I would choose the club, which is the manager for now, and then at the end of the year, I would already be making extremely difficult decisions, but he would have to go at the end of the year, because now you've seen him. You've seen everything that Oli is now. We haven't seen parts of him. We have now seen what he is. And it's not that he's a terrible person, but folks, there are levels in life. Listen, even if you love Apple right now, you're now starting to realize, bloody hell, that Jobs guy was something. Because Tim Cook's great for the business, but I've heard it from enough people that Apple isn't what it used to be. It's less about the products. There's less cool upgrades. There's just new stuff now, right? And Jobs was about the product. I love him or hate him, Jobs was about the product. And Tim Cook and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer have this in common. They're very limited. You got to be a people's person in this thing. Fergie was a people's person. He could rile people up. And then he was a brilliant coach on top. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer couldn't motivate a fatty at McDonald's. Quite simple as that. He couldn't. And for me, it's an interesting one now. Is like Ronaldo did, he chose himself. Is United need to make a call and make it now, because it's getting ugly now. Like Apollo, it's getting ugly. And if they don't make the choice now, what are we waiting for? Well, have we not seen everything? Or have United fans, do we need to see more? I don't know what the club's waiting for now.
The club made their call. They're backing him.
Yeah.
Right? So any United supporter that is hoping for Ole out is trending. Zidane's trending, Ole's trending. It's all trending, right? Yeah. What's that there? United should look at Poch, Zidane, Potter. Okay, right. So I want to address a couple of those things, right?
Okay, so let's quickly... Paolo's going to address this. He says, United should look at Poch, Zidane, Potter, and my wildcard selection, Wilder. Chris Wilder, hey? Didn't he? What, the guy that got Sheffield United relegated? Having said that, people are who they are. Oli got Cardiff relegated. You still hired him. So
yeah,
Chris Wilder in with a chance, yeah.
So round about this time last year, Mourinho gave us 6 at home. A team called Beşiktaş effectively knocked us out the Champions League.
Yes.
Beşiktaş, who finished 11th in the Turkish league last season, right?
Yes.
They finished 11th.
Yeah.
Or bottom half, 11 or 14.
No, I think they got relegated.
Finished bottom half.
No.
They finished bottom half, right? They effectively knocked us out the Champions League.
Yeah.
And Pochettino was free. If Solskjaer survived that period, he doesn't go anywhere, right? That's when I realized this guy's not getting sacked. Okay, so just strap in, he's here for a while.
Yeah.
Him, all his coaching staff just got new contracts now. So even if they do have an appetite to sack him, with clauses, I'm sure there's get outs, whatever, they're not spending less than the best part of 30 million to get rid of everybody.
I got you.
Right?
Yeah.
Those contracts aren't even uploaded onto the intranet at United, right? They're not even on the server. They're still hard copies on Woodward's desk.
I got you.
They've not even uploaded them.
I'm with you.
Right? That's how new they are. Who has, and I've said this before, if they do now decide, let's get rid of him, who does the firing? Woodward's not doing it. He's like, I'm out the door. The last thing I signed was Ronaldo. I'm not firing a fourth manager, fourth guy's blood on my hands.
Yes.
Right?
That's right.
That's true. That's fact.
And his replacement is not going to go straight. That's assuming there's a replacement the day he leaves. Is not making his first job firing the manager.
Yeah.
So this is a long tail, right? The Glazers, and listen, I'm stupid. I'm putting 2 and 2 together. Yeah. Sign Ronaldo, share price goes up. They sell shares. They get 140 million. They put in their pockets. The Glazers.
Yeah.
How much does a club, if United win Champions League and League this year, how much do they get as a club? Do you know?
No, or hundreds and...
120, 130 million.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
right?
true. Yeah.
That's the two together.
Because you get what, like 50 million for winning the league.
Right,
Yeah,
and there's
50 million
80 or
pounds.
so for the Champions League
yeah.
and various add-ons, whatever.
Yeah.
That's not 140 million.
Sure.
And that now has to be spread amongst the club.
Yeah.
Players get bonuses, coaches, whatever. So the Glazers have gamed the system. They know how to run a sports business to make money,
Got you.
even if you're not making money out of sports. But as long as Old Trafford is for you, can sing. The Glazers don't care. Sing Ole out, Glazers out. They don't care. As long as there are 70,000 people singing
Yeah.
with a megastore bag in their hand and
Yes.
a drink in the other, they don't care.
Yeah.
Sing louder for all we care, as long as you're paying.
Yeah.
They've gamed it, right?
true.
If they're making 140 million for a play, and all they'll do, they'll sign someone else. They'll figure out another way to make money without it being on the field, right? So strap in. Ole's going nowhere, okay? The options going, Conte. The Glazers, no one wants Conte.
No.
No one wants him. You had him. You don't want him.
No.
Not for that short. We've been there.
Quick fix that doesn't work.
Zidane's not the... Think about it.
Can't speak English.
Do you really want Zidane? Do you really?
No.
Think about it. And I think it's terribly unfair on 2 points. Firstly, I said it to Senzo the other day. You don't say no to Ronaldo. And you don't say no to Messi.
Yes.
This is a big problem for Pochettino and Solskjaer. Even Guardiola was tempted by Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Yeah, you thought
Right?
you had a good think about it.
He had to think about it. You don't say no, you put Ronaldo, you figure it out.
Yeah.
And that's what Solskjaer is. Because Solskjaer would have had a way he wanted to play. With Cavani, with Sancho, he would have had a way. Now he's got Ronaldo. Now all of a sudden he goes, oh, this guy doesn't press. I got to carry Pogba. Greenwood doesn't come back. What do I do now? And he's got to figure it out. And he's limited.
Yeah.
He's limited as a manager. But Solskjaer is not the answer. He's not going to win us anything. But what I say is give the guy, for the first time he's got his squad,
Yeah.
and 10 odd games in, it's his team. We're going to kick him out.
Got you.
Does that seem right to start again and go 3 years down the line?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It just seems like there's bad decisions all the time. Better the devil you know. Solskjaer's not going to win us the league. He wasn't going to win us the league 5 years ago. He's not going to win us the league in 5 years.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen under him.
Yeah.
But how long before someone else? How long? Rather just keep what you know, work it out. The only difference this time, and there's always been this crisis, the only difference this time, the players are starting to talk. And we never had that before.
Yeah.
And we said Ronaldo comes in and this one's not eating pudding and this one's going to bed early, whatever. That's not what Ronaldo's changing. Ronaldo, Sancho, Varane, have you had a look at their previous managers, their past few managers? Ancelotti,
Top draw.
Deschamps, Zidane, Fernando Santos, Tuchel.
Yeah.
All won Champions
Klopp.
League. Klopp.
Yeah.
Or no, Sancho
No,
didn't play under
but,
Klopp.
but it Tuchel, yeah. Sorry,
Right.
sorry.
All won the Champions League, all won their continental championships. These three walk in and go, I know what winning looks like.
Yeah.
It's not that guy.
Yeah.
Right? And then suddenly the guys who are there going, you're right. I'm 27, 26. I don't have much longer.
And then Pogba's like, but Varane, you're right as well, because we know Deschamps. So we've been to war together.
Yeah.
This is it.
When they're saying something has to change, you've never seen United players talk out. Never. Pogba's saying something has to change. Bruno's saying again, we can't let this keep happening. Who are they sending messages to?
Yeah.
Ronaldo's storming off the field.
Oh, that was huge.
He's storming off the field.
That was huge.
And I said it. The problem doesn't come from the top with Solskjaer. And the match-going fans will back Solskjaer. They will back him
yeah, he's a hero.
to a fault.
Yeah.
They will not turn against him. That dressing room will turn. They will get him sacked. That dressing room will get him sacked.
And once you lose the dressing room, there is no turning back.
Now it's a measure of do we go now? Which they're not going to. This is the season. It's strap in. It is the Ole coaster.
Yeah.
This is the point where you go upside down and vomit.
Yeah.
That's where we are on the Ole coaster.
It's going to happen as well. And so, well said, Paolo. But the thing about vomiting when you're upside down, I have actually seen it generally in a loop. It catches up with you and actually lands on your head if you don't know. So maybe that's what's happening. The Ole
That's
coaster,
the next step.
You vomited on top, and now you think, oh, okay, at least I feel a little bit better. No, your vomit actually lands on top of you, and you're in your Europa League now.
I think this weekend is going to tell us what we need to know.
I think he survives. I think Solskjaer could get hammered here against City and be bottom of the Champions League group, and he will survive. There is no appetite.
What happens if you lose 5-0 this weekend?
To Liverpool.
He will survive it. He will. I'm telling you.
Is that Timo Turner?
Senzo asked
who
me,
survives?
who do I think is the safest manager in the Premier League? I said Solskjaer.
And
Because his standards are so low.
And I also think it's the right call. Like, you know what happens with people that are constantly in and out of relationships. Like, at some stage, you have to go through a painful settling down period. Like, Man United are that guy who, with too much money, and he's been in 5 relationships, and he wonders why he's never happy. It's because you keep breaking up with people when they get close to you. It's like, in life, you have to reset. And Man United have been so all over the place since Fergie left. Ollie must be seen for what he is. We need to settle down again. Like, Man United are everywhere, right? Like you say, it's about off the pitch. Pogba's not a Man United style player. Like, that told me, what are they doing? but they've never complied with the sponsor. And it's been so all over the place. For me, I think what you're saying is true. And it's difficult for Man United fans to hear now, but stop seeing yourself as Fergie's United. You're not the winning club anymore.
But that's what gets shoved down our throat.
Yeah.
That's what we get fed, but we're not. We're like the realistic ones, we are not that. Stop shoving it down our throat. Stop comparing it. Solskjaer's the only one talking it. He's the only one that talks it. Stop talking it. We may not like the plan,
yes,
but for the first time,
yeah,
there's a plan.
A mentor of mine always says, a bad plan is better than no plan. She always says that to me. Like when I haven't planned something. So, hey, Ollie in. I'm Ollie in. Forever. I want my grandkids to see Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Should I be able to trick a lady to stay around me for long enough, I'd love to have grandkids eventually, and I'd love to be arguing Ollie in. It is an absolute shambles at Manchester United, and the world smiles for another day. It does smile for another day. Now, ladies and gentlemen, coming up after this is we'll talk about, will James's mom ever smile? Will she ever see a cent leave his pocket? We don't know this. James, good kid. Never paid for a thing. Claudia Peterson says, cancel culture is coming for you.
And she throws in puppy.
She does say puppy. I did say that about J-Lo. Maybe every Hispanic woman does say that. Oh, I don't know. I'm not Hispanic. I'm not a woman.
Again, you're doing it again.
You know? I don't know it.
James, brush off that PTP sign. It's coming home.
All right. As former Gigli actress and now reunited because it feels so good with Ben Affleck, as she used to say, we see on asai papi. Ryan's possibly wearing tearaway stripper pants in the studio. We don't know yet whether it's true or not.
See, confidence. Confidence is something else.
No, since Paolo came in here, all of you, he's added...
Not me. You guys think I'm a wounded animal.
You should have seen the mess here the other day.
Oh, yeah?
Oh,
Because I was away, huh?
short pants, flip-flops.
Hey, boys.
It was a damn
Oh,
mess.
guys living their lives.
Yeah,
was
La
a
vida
damn
loca.
mess.
Was that on Friday, hey?
Sure.
There was Friday vibes in here.
So
I don't even think it was a Friday.
Yeah?
I don't
it
even
was
think
just like a
it was just a
Thursday.
day. It was hot. There were flip-flops in here.
James rocking flip-flops.
It was. Oh, that was the day Ryan had no sleeves.
Oh, okay, the
Confidence.
Toby day. So James came in your shorts. Does he have cargo shorts or jean shorts?
You know jean shorts, cargo shorts, James.
Jorts, huh?
You know what I'm saying?
That level of confidence of people to wear jorts.
Jorts, no sleeves. People wearing reflective pants.
Yes, but so what? James was wearing shorts, and was he wearing the hoodie? Because there's the classic flops and hoodie guy that.
No, he was wearing a t-shirt. We're talking about the flops and hoodie guy. We did speak about it.
But now, Paulo, you hate feet, and as the presenter there, I mean, sort of your regime took a slight left there.
It threw me off.
I can imagine.
Threw me off big time. But I'm a professional, so I just kept rolling.
All right, speaking of being a professional, so this coming weekend, Jurgen Klopp, obviously a thirst trap. James used to look like him until Jurgen obviously is now getting fake tans.
James's hair is looking great, by the way. I just got to say, I know you're between cuts.
Yeah.
Right? But you've got this great between cut sheen. I don't know if it's like the workout routine.
It's the confidence. That's why they've
confidence. There's a glow going on. There's
the world needs to realign itself.
Pheromones being released into James.
Listen, Paulo, don't encourage it. The world needs to realign itself.
So now James's hair is looking on fleek. See, Paulo, the problem is when I go away, guys start to express themselves. So shout out to you, James. Confidence. Senzo as well, feeling himself a little bit. Ryan.
I'm not feeling myself.
Ryan's Ryan. There's just,
Take them up here.
Yes.
The higher they are,
yes,
the longer they fall.
Further the fall.
So that's what I do. I take them high.
Yes. Excellent. You got to manage people. People do need to be managed. This weekend, speaking of management, Jurgen Klopp, like I said, thirst trap, obviously. Liverpool will play Manchester United. And if we recall, a couple of weeks ago, there was a wager on the line. James, obviously, you'll be able to buy a shirt because you won't pay for supper with your mom, so it's perfect. You'll have the money to buy a Man United shirt should you guys lose. I believe Senzo will have to wear a Manchester United, a Liverpool shirt. So is that on Monday? You guys never really cleared that up. When would he have to wear it for a week?
I don't know the rules at all.
All right, so let's do it now. So you'll have to wear, and please wash it. You'll have to wear a shirt for a week. Obviously, both
every
of you.
day.
Yeah, you got to wear it. It can't just be one day. It's got to be like
Tuesday and Friday.
Can't it be like every second day or something so people don't think I come to work in the same day?
Tuesday and Friday.
Well, we already think that. Tuesday and Friday. All right, so Tuesday and Friday.
So Paulo must be here to witness it as well.
Those are the two most random Tuesday. Why are those the
most?
Well,
no,
those are the
James,
days I'm here.
Yeah, James.
Here.
It's because you're not James. Here's the problem, and your lady has written in, actually emailed us and said you don't listen to listen.
Has.
You don't listen to listen. Your problem is
she has.
You didn't listen to Senzo saying Tuesday and Friday. Paulo is here. So James.
And Flip will be on Friday.
Let's also be on James's lady's side because love is a great thing. James, you must listen to listen, man. Hey, just come on, buddy. So don't listen to respond. And I'm not happy with what happened there. The reason we're doing Tuesday and Friday, and Senzo, perfectly logical, is that Paulo's here. Why is that complicated, James?
It's not bad.
So listen, come on, James.
Alternatively, I have a lot of United shirts. I could keep James in a different shirt every day for 5 days.
Now, James, you got problems there. You know what I'm saying? Just your thoughts there, Jimbo.
Vibes.
Oh, playing it cool, but it will be painful.
You have a Michael Owen one. That one will dagger him.
Yeah, that'll be a bad one.
The Michael Owen. Does any United fan own a Michael Owen?
No. There was no way.
There's no ways, eh?
Only Michael Owen has one.
Because there's no ways you love your own mother and own only Michael Owen.
Hey, did it against City.
What a finish that is. That's Ryan Giggs.
And also we gave him something Liverpool
life.
couldn't give him. So
James, that's tough. That's true. Michael
Liverpool
Owen,
legend.
Your biggest he is probably the biggest hero post Fowler.
Last Liverpool player to win a Ballon d'Or.
And Fowler took drugs. Obviously, he will snort all the coke and made all the money. By the way, he owns all of the property basically in London, retail property. Robbie Fowler is one of the richest men in the world. Michael Owen owns every single horse that's ever existed outside of Alex Ferguson. And who was the old guys that Fergie was fighting with? JP, whatever. The old owners. Remember, they had a fight about a horse.
And that set the chain in motion for the Glazers.
That's it.
They started selling shares.
Yeah. So it's actually Fergie's fault that you guys are terrible.
Fault.
Horses, from the horse's mouth. So, James, just your thoughts on wearing a different Man United shirt every day. I mean, Paul, what are we doing there?
Probably going to hate every second of it, but I'm a man of my word, so I'll do it.
And then
I just want to jump in here. I don't
shirt.
think James is going to be wearing the United shirt, if I'm honest. I mean, we were talking about it earlier. United's in shambles.
Yeah.
Liverpool are, 5-0 this weekend. The real question is, does James have enough shows to give Senzo for the week?
I tell you what I'm enjoying, Ryan, is how you kind of come in there as on in James's defense. It's the second day in the row it's happened. I must tell you, I'm big time behind that sort of energy, and you guys, whatever you got going back there, hopefully you do still have those tearaway pants on. I do kind of like that you guys got a thing going back there. You know what I'm saying?
They have come off. The pants were off about half an hour ago.
All right, good to hear. Yeah, so Senzo, you will have to wear a Liverpool shirt. James, I'd like him to wear the Sadio Mane one. You know, the one that you've got in one of your profiles on social media where you're doing the douchebag, this pose over here photo.
Oh, the Sadio Mane 19 one.
Yes, that'll be awesome. I'd like to see Senzo in that, the red. It'll make his fantastic sort of Kenyan-looking African skin pop a little, you know what I'm saying? Because you got that... You got that nice, beautiful kind of Idris Elba tone, whereas people are still not sure whether I'm black or coloured. I do get that question a lot.
I'm closer.
Or mixed race. Yeah, I'm very closer, and Khoisan in there as well. There's a bit of Venda in there with my grandmother as well. So I'm a little bit like Man United, a little bit all over the place. Yeah, I'm saying, my man.
Senzo, the shirt is all yours.
Sadio Mane. Should we call you Sadio Mane now?
No, hell no.
There's no chance United are beating Liverpool. Like, is there?
I don't know, Chi. We'll see on Monday.
Nah, come on.
He's too scared to make a prediction because he doesn't want to be a video again.
Memed, yes. So, Senzo, I want to tell you something. My cousin, who's an actuarial scientist, and she has never slept, right? She works more than anybody. So she works all day, all night. And, like, she lives, I think, 600 meters from me. We've been promising, since I moved back to Joburg, that was 2.5 years ago, to have a coffee. I still haven't seen her since I've been back in Joburg. She lives at 650 meters from me, and we are extremely close. She even knows, and she never watches anything. She knows now that you're the laughing stock of the studio. And I mean, if she knows...
Am I really though?
Well, I mean, you're meme central now.
I mean, Senzo, to be fair.
In Senzo's defense, yeah.
In Senzo's defense, like, it was a big shout calling a 3-0.
No, it was.
That was a
And I stand by what I said. I'm not
big
scared.
shout. That was a big shout.
Look,
I like that the result has happened and you still stand by what you said. Yeah, Leicester have beaten you 4-2, but I still stand by we're going to win 3-0.
If Senzo doesn't want to put it out there, I'm going to put it out there, right?
Yes.
It is
Please
just
don't do it.
the kind of narrative, James, mark this, it is Tuesday, 1:15.
Yes,
The
South
19th of
African time,
October.
Central African time.
Just take a note.
Best believe I'm writing this.
Okay, write this down. Where's the camera so you can get a nice one?
Yeah.
So you can maybe put some images on
Yeah.
me or something. I'm thinking of your framing. I want to get a good one.
But leave Senzo in there because I want to. Senzo likes to play it cool,
I'm right here.
but he's a very emotional guy. It's what I
Yes.
love about him. He wears his emotions on his sleeve. Paulo, what you got, Paul?
Hi, my name is Paulo.
The PTP.
At the real PTP on Twitter, so please at me. It is just the sort of result that teams are able to pull out the bag when everything's against you and Ole is under the cosh. All you need is Liverpool to ease your pain. I call a United victory this weekend. You heard it here first. Meme me.
Incredible.
At this point, I take out my willy so that you can't use it.
Just to add on,
That's content.
just to add on to what James was
That's
saying.
content.
You see that Sadio Mane t-shirt? You can bring it because there's only one thing I'm going to use it for, and that's to wipe my bum with it.
Oh, so now all of a sudden we're super confident after Paolo has a say.
No, so that's the thing I like about Senzo. He'll ride whichever side's winning, right? He plays it cool. A little bit like you as well, James, is he will... What I like about Ryan is Ryan will just tell you what he's thinking. Has absolutely no filter between the brain. You see, there should be a filter between the brain and the mouth. I do like that, Ryan.
There's
If
no
he is
frontal
thinking-
lobe.
Absolutely. If he's thinking it, you'll hear it. But with James and Senzo is... They will ride the winning train and they'll take it all the way home. And by the way, what I like about both of them, not loyal to a position. If they feel like another position's winning, they will jump on that. So shout out to both of you.
I'm still a United fan. So.
Well, I just mean in life, not just. I mean,
No,
United.
no.
You can't change your football club. You can't change your wife in your football club. You know what I'm saying? Or you can
What
change
do
your
you
wife.
mean?
Actually, people are 4 divorces in that.
Ask Icardi.
Paula, I have to ask you something. Actually, speaking of divorces, I'm in a little bit of a situation, a pickle. We've spoken about this on the show before, but a mate of mine, who he pulled an Icardi. Now that we have I've told him not to contact me for the rest of the year, even though he is one of my besties, because I just need some room to process the whole thing. Because now her family was in touch with me, and they know my mom, and it's a whole situation where he messed up again, and now I'm in it, and now I don't resent him. I'm just like, life happens, but now everyone wants to put me in it. to kind of be part of the resolution. And I'm like, not until the end of the year. Just your thoughts. Should I be getting involved? Am I a bad person for telling all of them, go the hell away until, January 1st, 2022?
How close are you to the friend?
Extremely close. So regardless what happens, we're staying friends. Everyone knows how I roll is if I met you through the person who's my friend stays. I don't care how, just short of sort of GBV and murder, I keep the friend. I like life happens. This guy's been, that's just how I think. That's how I roll.
And then the partner, were you friendly with her?
Whenever know each other purely from that fact, but I subsequently had a rule about 5 years ago. I'm no longer friends with my friends' partners. So I've kept her more at arm's length, but we are friends purely because of 8 years in the bag, So it's kind of a pretty knife edge. But now her family knows my family even. So she knows my mom and that whole thing. They know who I am, her family, and now everyone's trying to pull me into it. So I would say I'm more friends/acquaintance with her, but he's really one of my best friends.
Yeah, I think your position is right. It's got nothing to do with you. You're going to support your friend, and that's what you must do. And right or wrong, that's your friend. So you're going to back him no matter what. And like you say, you've given the criteria that you won't back him. And I think everyone must leave you alone because it's ugly as it is. Because it involves, it's bad enough that these situations have to involve family.
Yes.
Then to now go involve friends, it's just not fair, especially because your position will not change. You will not be turned because obviously she's now trying to get her point of view through to you, through the family, to split. Because what does she want? She wants to take everything away from him. She wants, this is what she's after now.
Yeah. And they're not married. That's the tricky part.
So she's trying to take friends and trying to discredit and trying to destroy him.
Yeah.
And she knows, well, that seems like the tactic.
Yes.
Because she's trying to drive it through your family to get to you, to corrupt you against him.
Yeah.
And that's the play here.
Yeah.
So you need to stay out of it and you don't care. And just clear, I don't care what you tell me and I don't care what proof. These are the only two criteria that I don't maintain the friendship on. But other than that, not interested in your point of view. I'm with this guy.
And part of the situation, my mom's coming this week, is that is going to come up now because they've already spoken to my mom. Yeah. No, that's
this is what's happening.
Now they've hit you with collateral. They've hit you with.
No, I'm living inside of a nightmare on earth, and
it's not your relationship, but you're stressed.
No, I'm actively trying to be a bachelor, and people like.
By
the way, there's a whole other situation developing as well. I don't know how I meet these people and make them my friends early on in life. That's also got very similar symptoms of this now, and it's getting very, very dynamic. And I'm just like, oh, not right now. Plus, I got my mom. She's going to be grilling me. Why didn't I? What do I think? Like, mom,
why are your friends like this?
And mom, I haven't seen you in 2 years. I don't want to talk about this, but it's going to come up because. Actually, my mom got pretty close to her mom, the girl, and it's...
Oh, God, this is a mess.
No, it's a situation.
This is a damn mess.
So I said, no, don't phone me for the rest of the year. No, both of you, do not call me for the rest of the year.
Yeah,
I'm out.
That's best. Distance. I wonder, though, you said this is why the people you choose early in your life, based on the people you've chosen to surround you later in your life, I'm not quite sure your judge of character.
It's very good. Yeah, you know what it is. That's a great point. I don't pick well, is that... It's good that at least we work together. So this could end. The friendship, like if it starts with a friendship, it's very hard to dismiss people where it started as a friendship, Whereas now it's like, oh, you get fired. Hopefully.
We're a bunch of guys that work together.
Yeah, like if it gets weird with any of these guys, I just fire them, Like I make sure that it's over for them and like block their number or whatever, you know what I mean?
That's it.
It's let's
remove you from LinkedIn. It's not happening anymore.
LinkedIn, maybe the worst social media platform there is out there, unless you're old like me, right? And you, Paulo.
Fantastic.
Yeah, no, it is.
I was telling Senzo the other day, he's got to learn how to use it.
Yeah, you got to get on there.
Trick that algorithm.
Yes, very true. Speaking of which, Senzo, somewhere where algorithms work, social media, what do we have on this fine day?
So, the first one is that rapper formerly known as Kanye West is now just called Ye.
What?
He's been after this for a while.
He is. But now he's officially done it.
Now, this guy is one of the most electric people. Has he done it better than Jay-Z?
What do you mean in terms of what?
Just winning, just like getting it and getting the.
But
I'm not into his music. Like I want to be very clear. After this first 2 albums, I'm out. But what he is as somebody who understands how to move the needle, him, the Kardashians, and Jay-Z, the rapper. I don't know if there's been somebody who gets it like this guy. Has he just won? Has he won? Has he won pop? Has he won popism?
Well, there you have it.
Paulo, your thoughts on the incredible Ye?
This guy got Elon Musk to fund his presidential campaign.
To your first point, I think Jay-Z has probably done it better.
Yeah, he has.
I think Jay-Z has done it better.
More clean-cut image.
You know, more clean cut, more respected as not a clown. He's achieved the same things, but
Yes.
he's not a
joke. Yeah.
he's not a joke. There's very little, and I feel if you did make a joke about Jay-Z, you're going to end up somewhere.
Yeah, he's from New York. For
Yeah,
real.
you don't wanna
bro,
end up-
Marcy Project.
He abided by it.
No, he sold crack when he was younger. So.
Interesting story. I don't know if you know about Jay-Z, the story of when his friend, so he got to go and record music in the UK at, I think it was 19 or whenever he started. On the day where he would have been on a drug deal, his friend got arrested on that day.
Yeah.
It just so happened that on that day,
yeah.
he flew to the United Kingdom.
Yeah,
a very interesting.
And he did 12 years. Tata did 12 years.
That's what happens. Don't sell drugs. I mean, unless you're from the projects and you have no other way to make money.
And you know that eventually you're going to marry Beyonce. So, I mean...
That's true. That's
sort of got
true.
a feeling-
He knew.
thing.
But I hear you on the...
do you think
hold on. Let's get back to the Jay-Z thing. I loved what you were saying, is that, like, he's not a clown, right?
Yeah.
Because in life, there's a certain stage, and it's a skill that stand-up comedians have. There's a very, very fine line where you've got people hysterical laughing with you, and it tips to laughing at you. Has Kanye tipped over that, do you think?
You know, like Jay-Z is always respected.
Yeah.
Like everything he does, he's respected.
Every circle, every room
Yeah.
that he walks into.
He's respected. Kanye Ye is just like, oh, what's he going to do now? Like we all know
Yeah.
this Ye thing is not going to last. In 6 months' time, he changed his name back to Febreze or something. I don't know what he's going to do. Right?
It's good for air.
It is. Listen, it's the curse of the Kardashian. I mean, let's just put it this way, is that many men enter, never come out the same. Okay, the curse of that Kardashian. Some men don't even come out as men again.
Exactly,
You know?
yeah. Yeah,
So you got to be...
No, it's fact. It's fact.
You gotta be very careful.
No lies detected.
Right? I mean, Kanye will go down as one of the preeminent artists of our generation, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, of course.
As a rapper, a
Yeah.
college dropout is like
Not even rapper, but like as a
an
musician.
artist, a musician.
A
College
musician, look how many
dropout, you've
Grammys
never
he
heard
has.
anything like that, right?
I think he's transcended musician.
Of course.
He's an
Yeah,
iconic
he's
figure. And because he embodies so much now.
And he's got the bank account to prove it.
But
Guys,
Paulo, I do
guys,
hear
not
you.
that I care personally, but you have heavily offended Ryan. He's upset.
That's fine. He's no, and also hold on. And I want to teach Ryan a life lesson here. You're entitled to be upset. You're not entitled to be right. Now let's move on.
My man.
Yeah. So
Quickly.
Yeah.
Wow.
Kanye West.
Clip that.
Clip
in
that.
your little
Ow.
Meme
dirty
that.
box.
Yeah. Yeah. No, listen.
Yeah.
Ryan
Well,
can be
box
upset as
of-
he wants. Maybe
Can I at least
Send
tell
me.
you guys why he's upset?
No,
well-
not interested. Can I tell you something your generation needs to learn? Nobody cares if you're upset. Like, that's not interesting to anyone. You know, when people get upset, it's only interesting to you. Like, you know why we don't like people who whinge? At a point, it stops being interesting to people around you. No one cares that you're upset. It's not interesting being upset. You know when people tell you in life, always listen out for this. Let me tell you how I feel. You're not there really telling you. I want to stop thinking. So tell Ryan we're not interested. We're talking about Jay-Z here.
Yeah. You're saying so. No, but like, yeah, you're saying. Like Kanye West.
Yeah, I think he's transcended sort of being that a musician, right? And Paulo, you made a
Yeah.
great point, and I think you were headed this way. Was that we have to acknowledge him as being one of the most iconic figures ever. Now, was he born at the right time with social media? He certainly let's not be.
Yeah.
Please, he's not the most talented in history. What he's combined is what Damien Hirst has brilliantly encapsulated. Damien Hirst, a famous artist, says the art form, the preeminent art form of today's marketing. And Yeezy gotta respect him, him and Drake have meshed that. I'm a performer and marketer. They've nailed that, in my opinion. So,
But no one does it like Easy, eh?
Paolo, I do hear you, man. I do hear you. And,
No one does it like Easy because this guy.
yeah, have some respect.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yay.
Yeah, who do you think you are?
No, bro, that guy, hey, he stood up. He said, "Do you know when I made the song I Am a God?
Yeah.
It's because that's what I think I am, a God."
Can he ever be normal again, though? Because his
What is
whole life
normal?
is just a show. Like, look, could he ever be Could he ever be Ben Affleck? Like, just live his life. Richard Gere. You like, imagine when you... Because what would be cool as a celebrity is to, at like 55, just live your life. But he's always going to be in the mix, huh?
He's done too much.
Like, it's all
No,
about...
but there'll be somebody else. You know, you just got to wait, and then when you get tired, somebody else will come, and then you just promote them, let them be the guy. Because there's always a guy. Prince was the guy, and then Michael Jackson was the guy.
But I mean, for him, is like, do you... Because you don't want to be Flavor Flav. Like, Flavor
He fell off badly.
No, but
I want to be Flavor Flav.
No, I don't.
Flavor
a massive
Flav
clock.
great time.
But Paolo, you are very biased to the 80s and 90s. Paolo still lives in the 80s.
But like, for me, I feel like this is all cleverly cultivated because, you know, in their industry, you don't want to fall off a cliff. You don't want people to stop talking about you.
Henry on the YouTubes says, so is Kanye now Afrikaans for yay? That is excellent. By the way, we do have a poll which you can vote in. Obviously, election season in the Republic of South Africa, but this poll's different. We will not fix your potholes if you vote in this poll. It's just for a sports show. Zidane has been linked with Manchester United. Your thoughts? One of the options is the right fit. He needs, and obviously this was done by James or Ryan. Not terrible grammar. You'll notice on the second one is they've used the possessive apostrophe there. He needs to stay away, far away. So you don't need the apostrophe there, guys. We'll have to teach you what grammar is on the other side. If it is James, he went to St. Stidians, and it's completely understandable. And if it's Ryan, obviously the devil would have made him do that. He's from Devilsdorp. And the last option is let's see what happens. I mean, again, you don't need the apostrophe there. That let's is the incorrect time to use the. It's used to express possession, or if a letter has been left out. By the way, just so people know. So that's the sort of guys we're working with. Incredible sound guy, incredible graphic designer, not no penmanship in the back. But Zidane, you guys, what are you saying?
It was Ryan.
Well, which leads into my next...
Was it Ryan?
Little voice of God there.
All right, we'll leave it. We'll leave it. You guys are upset back there. There's a lot happening.
But which leads into my...
So talk to me about Zidane. No, yes, no, you guys out, or do you guys...
Well,
Zidane,
what's it going to help?
Zidane is the HD package of Solskjaer,
Yes.
right? Because Solskjaer's a player whisperer. Ancelotti's the godfather, then Zidane. And Solskjaer's a sort of like SD version of that. You know, SD one screen, right? Where like...
You didn't get DSTV Premium.
Yeah, Zidane is HD, 2 screens, Ancelotti's the full package. Where they're not... Obviously, they're good tactical coaches, obviously understand it. But more than that, they understand how to tap into players.
Yeah.
And that's what Solskjaer is, and he doesn't have that respect. Zidane walks in, and every player is in awe of him.
Gotcha.
Every player, right?
Yeah.
So you're not going to get this Klopp or Guardiola or Tuchel micromanagement out of Zidane. He's going to let the guys do what they want, and the United players for the squad seem to be guys who want to do what they want.
Yeah.
And they seem to be a group of individuals
Yeah.
that Zidane can do stuff with. I just say Zidane's going to come in and he's going to have other ideas. He'll want another this or another that or another this or another. And how long does that take?
And Zidane's never worked with players that aren't the finest.
That aren't
Like what's going to happen when he comes in and now
Lingard.
Aaron Wan-Bissaka, who can't cross a rope, is this right?
Well, you know, United, you got to look at it now. United players are elite.
Yeah.
You know, a 1 or 2 not here. You know, and don't buy into the Fred and McTominay narrative.
Yeah.
Don't buy into it because that's being fed to you to protect Solskjaer.
Got you.
Okay, watch those guys with your own eyes.
Yeah.
Don't look at the stats. Don't buy into the narrative. Watch them and go, yes, they make mistakes, but not more than a lot of other players.
By the way, why does Scott McTominay get such
It's
a hard
so
time?
flat.
That guy's like...
Because it's the narrative.
He's heart and soul United.
It's the narrative.
And he's-
And it does the job.
And also, not everybody must be Platini. Like you need grunt work. Like he's perfect. Scott McTominay is actually the only guy. Bruno's got a little bit of it, but you don't want your number 10 being the steal. Like McTominay gets in people's faces.
Yeah.
No one else at United, even Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw's a bit of a softie. Obviously, I mean his belly and his personality is he's you know what I mean. Like he's a high quality player, but. There is no other, even Varane. Varane's more of a Rolls Royce than a 4x4. You know, Maguire's actually not a tough guy.
Yeah.
Like, he's actually a ball-playing centre-back. I know people think he's big and whatever, but Maguire's not Vidic. Like, people see
That's
him
true.
and they think, you know what I mean? Whereas, it's probably why Maguire and Stones works so well, is John Stones will kick you a little bit. There's a little bit of that.
But he's got that cut. John Stone's got that haircut.
He's got that-
I'm going to kick you. He's got that. I'm going to kick your haircut.
You know what I mean? Is like, what has McTominay done wrong? He's efficient. He doesn't lose the ball. He doesn't do too much.
He's high energy.
Yeah. He's the dream at holding mid.
I know. I don't know why he's been lumbered in, but it's this narrative that the people around, and it's predominantly the media, and it's Rio Ferdinand and Gary Neville who drove it, because they've been popping up on social media, the embarrassing videos after Solskjaer was appointed. We're back, man. We're back. That was Ferdinand. We're back, man. You know?
You're not back.
Oh, you're not back.
No,
okay.
no.
They were like saying, give him the contract, let him choose his terms.
So,
When was this?
Oh, that was after he beat PSG.
yeah, sorry, give him the deal.
Where does that
All
last?
is that
That was last year. The last minute.
the-
After Marcus Rashford had been feeding kids and then came and scored the last minute penalty.
Before that.
Before that, Solskjaer's first Champions League knockout.
Yes.
And they scored that last minute winner in Paris.
Who scored it?
Rashford.
Oh, it was Rashford as well.
And then it was still
Lukaku scored 2.
Lukaku scored 2, and he was on the temporary. And straight after that, he got made full time.
Give him the deal, man. We're back.
And they were going nuts about it. But the narrative the media is creating is that it's Fred. It's all Fred. It's not Fred. It's
Yeah.
not Fred. Fred,
Fred, did you see him play for Brazil?
that's what I'm saying. Fred played for Shakhtar Donetsk. This is not a bad player. I don't think he's a player for United. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
And he was linked to City for a long time. So don't get me wrong. He's not perfect.
Yeah.
But he's been used as a scapegoat because nobody wants to go after Ole.
So, but
The Ole sexuals, they don't want to go after Ole. So it's Fred and McTominay that's their victims.
Yeah, so
listen, I don't get playing both of them. Okay, that's a whole different conversation, right? It's like you're Man United. For
Yeah,
God's
yeah.
sake, you got Bruno Fernandes, who's basically a guaranteed goal every 3 games at attacking mid. You got Greenwood, who's going to belt it in, right? And you got Pogba, you've got Ronaldo. Like, Ollie, figure it out. What are we doing?
yeah, so
For like, it's not.
but speaking of that,
What's going on there?
I don't know, but speaking of that, there's
Hey, Paul Pogba's got to go. I figured it out. Paul Pogba's got to go.
If he won't
He's
sign
the
his new
ugly-
contract,
yeah, if he
listen.
won't sign his new contract,
If he won't
then
sign
cheers.
it, let him sit bench.
also
Somebody, I
it's-
think it was Zapeta said, let him sit
bench.
like Schweinsteiger did. If he doesn't want to sign, he doesn't play.
McTominay is what you need. Like, there's too many pretty boys in there. Like, Pogba wants to shoe shine and no. Like, McTominay, let's kick someone. Maybe get another. Who's the other guy? Like, I think what's the name? Who's the Uruguayan with the great hair up front?
Cavani.
Cavani's got a little bit of that thing, but he's he's a geriatric now. Is like, it can't just be Ronaldo and these pretty boys. We need. Where's that thing? United,
Steal.
Keane. Like,
Steal.
that's United. Vidic.
You said it nicely, the steal.
Where's that?
Somebody said a great thing is just about the niceness around Old Trafford.
Very.
Very nice. And they said, Solskjaer seems to be the kind of guy that'll walk into the canteen and no one will notice he's there.
See what you mean.
It's just such a good
There's
point.
that's
It's just
you said it
everyone's
though.
so nice.
You said nice that United nastiness is gone. You remember every time somebody played us, like, these bastards again.
Yeah, and also like.
But you see it with Chelsea and you see it with
City,
they'll win.
Liverpool.
But when it gets ugly, you're going to start getting it.
You know what you need to win is like you need a bit of narcissism, and United don't feel that way. Like you said, it feels too nice. Is
Like Jordan Henderson.
I was gonna say
That's
he's
exactly the guy.
He's got it like 3,000%.
he's the guy doing it?
He stared down Diego Costa, that guy. It's tough.
Yeah.
But that's what you need. When things get ugly, him and Robertson, they're going to get, even
Robertson.
Van Dijk, they're going to get in you.
Robertson.
They're going to get in you, those
He
guys.
gets ugly. Scottish
Have
guy.
you seen
and
Van-
he's got
have
that
you-
Scottish red
Have you seen
beard.
Van Dijk when there's a fight? Just pulls the Liverpool players and then he just pulls the opposition. What are you going to say to Van Dijk? It's like 6'4". He's like, yeah, you Robertson, yeah, you Chihuahua, you that side. Geordie, we all know I'm the real captain. You back here.
And you know
what? Who's saying what? Who's saying what now?
And you know who doesn't get enough credit in that Liverpool setup? And he's a bastard, is Fabinho, because
Yeah.
that's what I'm talking about.
Do you know who's got it
You
now?
know he's like
Yeah.
Fernandinho
No,
5 years ago.
no. Do you know who's got it now at City and it's well cultivated? Look at Ruben Diaz now.
No, that's
Alpha dog.
you know, Ruben Diaz, in terms of what you want as the complete, like Vidic. Vidic took a little bit of time to mature, as Diaz has done. Is that you take them out of the box and you put them on the field. I don't think Ruben Diaz is centre back. We must get out of that. That's a footballer.
Yeah.
Like Roy Keane wasn't a central midfielder.
Why do you think John Stones has got it now?
Well, that was a challenge with Ruben Diaz, is that when he was at Benfica and coming through the ranks, it was so easy for him, they kept having to elevate him up at age group.
Yeah.
Because it was just too easy.
Yeah.
And he could go from the back, play
Yeah.
forward. And they actually say the reason he moved to City so early was because Benfica got knocked out the Champions League in the qualifiers. And it was the best thing for him.
Yeah.
Because it was too easy for him. That guy doesn't sweat. Football's too easy for him.
Yeah.
And also he's nasty. Like, it's natural. Like Portuguese guys, I don't know what it is. Obviously they're fishing. Their dad punches them in the face because obviously guys are drinking from 9 a.m. he got punched in the face as a child. It's like there's that nastiness in him, and he's not overdoing it. You know, some
Yeah,
guys
it's
have
just
to.
it's just enough. Yeah.
But no, he's fantastic, and you know who's got that thing as well is Cancelo. And Paulo, you know what I think about him?
Cancelo's got it. Kyle
And he's
Walker's
a
got
nasty
it.
bastard. That Cancelo guy, that's a nasty bugger. You know who else has got it? Who's the Spanish holding mid they got going there now? That
Rodri.
Rodri.
And Rodri's like a scummy guy because you know who's scummy as well at Sergio Busquets. It's like that scum that operates.
They're like, oh no, not me.
No, but actually,
no, not me.
yeah,
but it's him that's saying,
I'll
guys,
kick your
I'll
Achilles
I'll
tendon.
kick him again.
That's why they're winning. We got the guys to do. Bernardo Silva's going to do pretty stuff. We're going to kick you in here. You dare come near our box, Man United feel it's too nice. It's too nice.
Guys are
Everyone's-
busy in training. What are they
Yeah,
doing?
they're doing it. That's it.
That's what they're doing
Jay
in
Lings
training. Jay Lings is teaching Ronaldo these things. Hey,
That made me sick. That's football's gone.
Hey, listen, as James and his mates at the gym would say, is Oaks are jawling at United. That's a problem, the Oaks. All right, listen, if you're looking for the podcast, the MKT Show, available cliffcentral.com, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Much more coming up on the MKT Show as we wrap it all up on the other side. Ryan doesn't know what water tastes like. That's a real thing. And that's quote unquote, by the way. He said that. He said, I heard from other people that water doesn't taste like anything. And I just love that.
Ron, what about when you brush your teeth?
That's what I'm saying.
Surely it's... You couldn't just now go take a sip of water.
Or are you doing iced tea, Ryan? Or is it like, no, I'm not, this water is disgusting. It might actually sort of neutralize my taste buds. This is terrible. I hate feeling normal. I use iced tea to brush my teeth with my Aquafresh.
No, I do know what water tastes like.
That's a lie, because you said yesterday you've heard.
No, I hear from other people that water tastes different with the different brands.
Okay.
So like the different bottled water, but then when I ask people about normal water, why do you just save money and drink water out the tap, fill a bottle like a normal person?
Yes.
And they say no, but it tastes different.
Sure.
And I'm like, but wait.
So are you saying all water tastes the same?
Well, that's I mean,
Ryan,
that's what I've gathered. I mean, aside from seawater and regular water, I mean,
Ryan,
what's the difference?
Ryan.
Like, tell me, like, is it like Oros flavor where it's orange and nachi? Why are we buying different waters?
Ryan, there's this show called The Most Expensive with 2 Chainz. Go watch the episode on water. That will give you some clarity.
I've seen that episode.
And what did you think?
I thought it was bizarre. I think they're just paying people to run to like a waterfall and just bottle it.
Cool. Do you want to tell people what happened there with 2 Chainz in the water, or like?
As far as I can remember, he tastes. Was it the little? There's like little bottles, something like that, and he tasted it. And I think the one little bit of water like this cost something along the lines of $100.
Mm-hmm.
100,000.
100,000.
Yeah.
Wow. It's ridiculous.
James, 100,000 for water. Just I see
US
what your face
dollars,
is
not
doing.
rands. US dollars.
Yeah, no.
So it's about it's about 1.4 million rand, James. Or just your thoughts. Look at that's James's mouth. It's a gape.
But wait, question. But for how much water is this 100?
No, it's literally
watch
like
it.
a small bottle.
No, it's not a small bottle. It's like someone has a Valpre
Like a
bottle.
750.
It's like a 750. You can go to your mind.
So like this one. This is 750.
That's a small bottle.
Nah, that's young. No, it's like quart.
1.5
1.5.
for water. Huh?
And you have to wear gloves when you do that water tasting.
Is it sourced by Buddhist monks from?
Just go watch the episode out.
Yeah, you got to watch 2 Chainz. But now, Ryan, I have some news for you. So you're gonna love this now. There are certain people with incredible amounts of money. I do know one of them who will import water from Italy for their swimming pool. Not sure if you've heard about that. So they want Italian spring water from a certain part of the Alps for their swimming pool water. Just your thoughts on that. That must make you absolutely sick, even though you don't know what water tastes like.
As long as they're not drinking it, I mean.
Where do your
Because the thing
friends
is, I
live?
can see why you'd want to bring water from the Alps to swim in, but I mean, why?
No, but
drink-
Wait, I like that. Hold on. So you can see why people would want to bring water from the Alps to swim in.
Not to drink.
No. I'm interested in that. Why? What's that thought from? Like, I like that. Why would you see that? Why do you think water from the Alps is perfect to swim in? Like, I like the way you said that.
Because it's pure, it's clean.
And wouldn't you want to drink that?
No.
No, but hold on. Yeah.
Paulo looks so confused.
So now that's weird because that goes completely against what you're saying. In fact, it should have been the other way around.
It's
What you
pure
should
and
be
clean.
saying is, I can see why people would want that water to drink.
Pure and clean.
Yeah. So do you see how your own philosophies had a train
I
accident?
stand by my philosophy. I don't think
No,
you should
oh,
be spending
wait,
a lot
wait.
of money on drinking water when
Ryan.
you get out the tap
No,
for
wait,
free.
Ryan,
but
stop.
to bathe in it.
Ryan, you have to stop now because you've just talked through the big
That's
problem in your
unbelievable.
philosophy. If you stand by it, you know what you would be? You would be the train conductor and the designer of a track who's designed a two-way flowing train, but only on one track, and they both arrive at the same time, right? And they crash into each other, and you go, oh, I still stand by this. The track's really nice. No, there's a problem in what you're saying. Let me quickly point it out to you. You've said, I can see why people would bring water from the Alps because it's clean, right?
And
Is what you're
pure.
saying, to swim in.
Yes.
Do you not think you'd want the clean one to drink? Because immediately what that suggests to me is that you understand that water from the Alps is cleaner than other water elsewhere, right? So it goes against your philosophy of going all water is the same. You're clearly saying all water is not the same because you're saying I can see why people would bring. So you put yourself in a situation. So you can't just talk through. So Ryan, here's the thing, right? Is you can't do this because you've tried to cheat the logic, sort of the logic sphere here. Is I can't say to you, hey Ryan, you've set my house on fire, and you go, hey, look at that amazing hawk over there. No, you don't get to do that. You set my house on fire. We have to talk about the house that's on fire. But I like how you try to bully through that, huh?
You know what the thing is?
No, the thing is, I just don't see why people need to spend so much money on water. There's so many better
You're on
things.
This is
target
unbelievable.
market to
You
spend your
just
money on.
wait.
He's
Hold
not
on.
the target market.
Hold on. You just told me you can see why they'd fill a swimming pool,
Because it's pure and clean.
but he can't see
Yeah,
why
why
they'd
they're
fill a
drinking-
1.5 bottle.
To drink, pure and clean.
This
Do you know what it's like?
Ryan,
fire pool situation.
Ryan, you are a wild human being.
Do you know?
You are electric.
You know what Ryan would
But
do?
then why didn't Jacob drink his fire pool water?
This is
No, that's
amazing.
different.
This is amazing.
Listen, do you know what? But do you know Ryan? He'd probably design your helicopter with ejector seats.
Ryan, eh?
Yeah,
He's the guy, eh?
Yeah, in case you need to make a quick getaway.
Get a load of this guy, bro. Ryan, never change.
Pure and clean.
You and James must never change. Both
Pure and
of you.
clean, but it's not good for your internal system.
No, because I even have a few friends who go buy water and they actually buy this one.
Okay, there's people on a
This is
podcast,
what
Ryan, so you got to tell
the
them.
Woolworths one. Because
Okay,
it's
Wool-
got the lower, what's it? The
pH.
pH,
or the-
yeah. And so Ryan, I didn't want to give you a
Leave
chemistry lesson because, yeah.
When I buy a bottle of Coke, it's regulated. You know what I
All right, Ryan, that's awesome. Let's move on.
Wow.
You're an incredible.
Guys, did you see Paulo's face though? Paulo's like, what do you mean pure and clean and you don't want to drink it? Paulo just...
So now, Paulo, you see what I was saying earlier about how.
I have no idea. Like, I'm a father.
Yeah.
And I've decided to be here listening to that.
Yeah.
Instead of with my offspring.
Yeah.
That's the choice I made.
Yeah, and your
this is Watergate, right? This is literally Watergate on MKT Show. And the whole thing about Ryan through all of that is that, and I keep saying,
Yeah.
as the circumstances and the facts change,
Yeah.
so should your opinion, or so can your opinion. Not Ryan.
No.
No. He's made up his mind. Water is a waste.
Yeah.
He's never drank water, even in the shower, even put your head
Nothing.
back. Nothing.
Even to brush your teeth.
No.
Even running in the rain, some didn't land in your mouth.
Yeah. Just open up the beaches in Durban. What do you mean it's infected? It's all the same. It's
But
water.
he won't change.
No, wait.
stance.
Do you see how he tried to just like, okay, I've now shown you where there might be a gap in your thinking. No. I stand
I'm
by
going-
it.
no,
I'm
I'll
going to go
close
no.
that gap.
Yeah. Fill a pool, but don't you dare drink it. It's
It's from the Alps, clean and pure.
don't drink it.
Don't drink it.
Yeah.
in
What's
your
your
pool.
backstroke like?
I understand why it's in your pool.
Yeah.
I don't understand
Don't
why
understand
it's
what you're
not
Why would you
doing.
drink it if it's cleaner? And it's electric, right? Man, Ryan, you're awesome. Never change. No, never ever change. All right, let's move on. So Senzo, I want to tell you something that is incredible, right? Is the T20 World Cup is about to, or it has started and it hasn't started at the same
At the
time.
same time.
You know what I mean? It has started and
It hasn't started.
So now, what is going on there, bro?
Do you know what the T20 World Cup is like? And you Paulo, you'll understand. This is how I can explain it to you what the format is. You know the FIFA World Club Cup?
Right.
How some guys,
And some, there's groups, but the bigger teams only come in later.
Yes.
that's
Right.
exactly what it is.
This
Yeah.
is what Wenger's going after for the normal World Cup.
But hold on, it's even more complicated, Paulo. So you got to know this, right? Is that they're playing like a full on tournament
Yeah.
before the tournament. So
they're
they're
like
in
group
the tournament
stages.
now. The group stages happen at the same time in order for two teams from the so there's two groups of four, right? So let me explain it to you this way. There's a qualification group stage, which happens at the same time as the main tournament, which is happening, which is called the Super 12.
But all in the same place.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. It's all in the same place. But okay, so Sri Lanka, Ireland, Netherlands, and Namibia are in the qualification group stage group, right? The group B is Oman, Scotland, Bangladesh, and Papua New Guinea are in a cricket World Cup.
Now, in any sport, those aren't good teams. I don't even need to know cricket. I need to know in any sport. I'm not getting out of bed for them.
Yeah. So Zapeta is saying, Mbulelo Senzo, either of you least bit excited about the
No.
T20 World Cup? So you're not juiced, eh?
T20. I lost interest T20. Then it got moved from Australia, then got moved. I was like, guys, just can the whole thing.
T20 is an interesting thing, though.
Where are they playing it?
In Dubai,
Yeah, of course.
UAE.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
So it's an interesting thing, like because cricket's messed up so much, and I love Dave Richardson, but he got away with too much with how he messed up the whole
Hey,
economic
listen.
model.
Do you know what I like? I like Australia for saying, listen, guys, we're not going to host the T20 World Cup.
Yeah.
But we will host the Ashes.
Absolutely. Oh, come on. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they knew this does nothing for us.
It's more of a headache than they... Listen, the Australians shut the country down along with New Zealand for one case.
If someone coughs.
You know what I mean? And that's true. That did happen, apparently.
No, Jacinda, like last week, somebody coughed.
Jacinda Ardern, for people listening who don't know.
Yeah, someone coughed in Auckland. She said, hey, look, we must extend this lockdown.
Yeah, so you must understand, for them is... They know what they're dealing with the UK, right? Is like, okay, you guys
are party time.
Because now imagine you coming from Oman, Bangladesh, Papua New Guinea. By the way, Papua New Guinea,
Pakistan, South Africa,
Namibia.
You know what I mean?
2 African.
No.
You know how they think of Africans as well, yeah. So there was no way. But with the British, it's like, you guys kind of formed us anyway. We're already prisoners of you guys. So any diseases we've got already. So let's keep it in house. You know, shout out to Jacinda and Australia and the UK, just keeping it amongst the family.
No, but Paulo said something about you mentioned the teams that weren't good at anything.
Yeah.
Holland at least can say, listen.
Okay, right, yeah.
Are they good though? Holland haven't been a good football team. Like, they have vibes. When was the last time Holland were
1988.
Holland has been James FC since.
2014 they made the final.
Yeah, but
they're not.
You've got to win, Paulo.
No, 2010 they made the final. 2010 they made.
Oh,
you don't even know what year they made it.
I was at that game and I did see Xabi Alonso taking a boot to the stomach
by Nigel de Jong.
Nigel de Jong, who is
in the sternum, eh?
That was awesome. How didn't he get a red for that? Howard Webb, shout out to you.
Oh, because he played for Liverpool at the time, Xabi Alonso. He said, let it fly. And Howard Webb is Man United Central.
Yeah, no. Well said. Anyway, T20. But they are Vibes FC. Holland needs to stop getting away with being a big nation. They're not.
Yeah.
They're as good as Denmark. Denmark have won
1 euro each.
Euros
But you must see
more recently than Holland, right?
But
When was
funny-
Holland?
yeah.
With that incredible volley. That's 88, eh?
Yeah. But my favorite thing is that...
When were Denmark? 92?
Yeah.
Denmark are more recently a bigger nation in football than you.
my thing is-
And a guy who's fine, by the way, stopped the whole tournament from Denmark. So they're
Exactly.
actually a bigger football nation than Holland.
My thing is that, but you see, the way Paulo's speaking about Holland, right? This is how my girlfriend is about Holland, because she's German. She's like, these guys next door. We just go there when we want to smoke weed legally, because they don't allow this side.
They're the Kanye West of countries in the Netherlands. Like,
No, Kanye's got money and a lot of grannies. Holland haven't done anything.
no, well, I mean, they've done one or two things,
Like what?
Clogs is one thing. They invented the company. So as we know it today, we know the first ship ever that left. So the idea of a company was invented by a Dutch. It's called the Dutch East India Company. With that as the first official.
DEIC,
So they've done one or two things. I mean, they've done some other bad things, but
Their descendants started apartheid.
they did.
Yeah.
There we go. So there's that. Listen, we're not saying that's.
No.
We're not saying what that means.
What they were architects
They did
of.
it.
Yeah, what they were
They
architects
did start
of.
apartheid.
Okay,
So
yeah.
they've done
Their
some stuff.
descendants.
Yeah, their descendants. Yeah.
Descendants.
Gave us Patrick Kluivert, so there's some stuff from Holland. Nico Kritzinger says, Ryan, I'm going to send you a packet of instant water. Just add water.
Jeez, I'm even more confused. Honestly, I am so confused by what's going on today.
It's amazing.
I'm so confused by everything.
But everyone at the beginning of the show thought I was crazy for what I was saying. Now, you see, what is it? I love it when a plan comes together. You see how it... Like what I was saying, that happened.
You are the cult master. We spoke about how to do a cult. You're the cult master.
So, there you have it. All right, listen, let's get back to...
You, L. Ron Hubbard.
L. Ron Hubbard, that guy is so wild. Have you seen Going Clear?
He's bad. He's
Have you seen it? You guys need to watch Going Clear. Louis Theroux, by the way, and there's a new...
Oh, Louis Theroux.
No. The first one, Going Clear, is a must-watch, right? And then there's a new Scientology
You
one.
know what I like about Louis Theroux when he interviews people? He doesn't laugh, eh?
He's a condescending
and he like gives you a straight face. He's like, oh, so you really believe in what you're saying?
Yeah. And he's got that British
But he goes,
condescending...
how did you draw that conclusion? That voice.
Because have you seen the South African one? The
Malevin.
Yeah.
Amazing stuff, Louis Theroux. But anyway, guys, Going Clear, please. Guys in the back as well, you have to watch. And Ryan and James, you guys from the West Rand, it's very much in your wheelhouse with the whole Devil's Dorp thing, so you kind of grew up around it. You got to watch Going Clear. You got to watch Going Clear. All right, let's get back to T20 World Cup.
But Nico Kritzinger said something interesting about the T20 World Cup.
Oh, we'll come back to that.
Yeah.
Talk to me about so the group stages, Paolo, I was still explaining it to you, right? So we're taking the long way around. But so what happens is the qualification teams only join the main tournament, which has already started. So the Super 12 has already started. That'll start. We play Australia on Saturday, right? So the tournament's already started. 2 teams from this one, Oman, Scotland, Bangladesh, Papua New Guinea, Sri Lanka, Ireland, Netherlands, Namibia, will then join the Super 12 and actually make it a Super 12. Because right now it's a Super 8. Just so you're aware. What they're calling the Super 12 now is a Super 8 now and will start.
So because they're like 3 groups of 4.
Sure.
Or 5, sorry, whatever.
Yeah, it was.
But and then we play each other, and then like in the group, and to say TBD, South Africa versus TBD, and you're like,
and then how many games? And then they all play the same amounts of games. They play each other. So it's
in the Super 12 stage, yeah. Because what will have happened with the tournament having started? Obviously, the proper teams would have played each other, and then if Oman make it, they'll just. But it's 2 tournaments. It's 3 tournaments in one, actually.
Yeah.
There's 3 tournaments happening in one right now because both have started, and then these teams will go and join the Super 12 to make it from a Super 8 to Super 12. But they haven't called it a Super 8 now. It's already a Super 12 with 8 teams somehow.
I can see funny enough, as an outsider, I can see the logic in it because you've got your established nations and you've got your nations who are admittedly weaker, but should be there, and you're not weakening anybody. And by the time those teams play, because of the nature of cricket, it's not that they're tired, it's that they've probably worked themselves out. So in a way, there's probably logic to try and get a better quality and standard of play.
Do you know, this goes back to my thing. When does anything ever work properly in cricket? You know this Test Championship? You need a PhD in science and maths.
Listen, that's why I can't follow cricket, period. Listen, I don't follow cricket. For that reason, I cannot keep up.
LBW.
I don't know what is going on.
And there's 3 ways to bowl a no ball.
Lewis, then the scoring,
and
then
the World Test Championship. Didn't it go to a 6th day? A test is 5 days. They had to play a 6th day, so that
they did play that 6-day one for the world team. Remember when Graham Smith captained it? You remember that 6-day test match? Yeah. So no, I've always said this: is cricket is still amateur and rugby is still amateur. And to speak to you, to come to your point, and this, Paula, I do hear what you're saying there about it kind of making sense. But here's my issue: the PhD thing, needing a PhD, killed Super Rugby, right? So there was a time where there was a conference. And a team finished above the Sharks, but the Sharks got into the semi-final or whatever. It's like, you know why the Premier League in football wins? You all play each other twice. There's 3 points for a win, 1 point for a draw.
And nothing for a loss.
Go home. Right? As a fan now, and like on a very real note, is like, that's why Netflix is winning. It's too complicated for me to take my kids to the movies, right? We had to go to the movies, parking, popcorn.
But we went for.
Do I have cash? Oh no, there's no signal for your machine for my card to work. It's like, take that out for a consumer. I want Netflix. My kids, you know what I can do? Rather over the year, I mean, movies are like, what, $150 now? So it's like $10 for a movie. Paula, you want to sit at home. You'd rather spend the money on a big TV. Your daughter, your wife, you invite a cousin, your brother. You guys come over, have a proper sort of video place at home and watch Netflix at home.
But
it's simple.
Exactly. But coming back to, do you know what started this? What do you expect from a sport that has Duckworth Lewis?
Is that the most ridiculous thing in the world? Why do they still do it?
Which was the first? It was like early in the 90s.
Yeah, that was us, by the way. We lost to England.
It was the first time it came out. No one quite figured it out.
We still couldn't figure it out when the World Cup was here because we read a sheet. Nothing quite planned.
Yeah, and we misread the sheet. It was kind of like,
Because Duckworth Lewis doesn't tell you. Okay, Duckworth Lewis.
It changes every ball.
It changes every ball. And it changes, like, let's say there's a wicket or something. But it doesn't tell you what you need to win. It tells you the par score.
Yeah.
So it tells you what score you need to beat, not what you actually need.
All the kids at school were into it, though. Duckworth, Lewis, this, what.
Yeah.
I'm a kid that when they brought out the Instamaths book, and there was...
Instamaths!
The ABC maths. Once they started putting X's and whatnot in maths, that's when I checked out.
Yeah.
So I'm not into Duckworth, Lewis, cricket, nothing. That little Instamaths book. I was like,
what
this
is
the sports equivalent of
everything.
Instamaths.
So my dad got 100%, and my sister, who you guys hopefully will meet, 100% for mathematics. I did not get those brains in my family, but I could still do maths.
Instamaths.
What is Instamaths?
So in grade 1 and 2, maybe in grade 3, they give you this long, tall book. So it's long and it's thin. It's long and it's thin. Looks like a calendar when you open it.
It sort of looks like when you read the hymns in church.
But it's longer. It's longer. So actually, because you went to also a private school, boys school. They give you that term diary book.
Oh, I die.
But it's like a longer version of that, right?
Okay, Instamaths.
And then you have to do like 50 psalms, and it teaches you the concept of like when the big bird eats the so.
That's smart. Okay, I like this Instamaths.
No.
I like mathematics.
No.
So
I was fine with maths
Yes.
until that.
Until
And then I was
letters.
like,
And they do it to you in grade 2.
yeah.
So grade
Mine was
one,
grade
two.
3.
Yeah, so we had Instamaths in grade 1, grade 2, and then grade 3. Then by the time you reach grade 4, you're over it.
James, you did Instamaths in like matric, didn't you?
I did maths, but from the second I was allowed to.
What's maths lit?
Here.
It's
In my day,
standard
is that
grade.
the
my grade they
dum-dums?
called it standard grade. Yeah.
Standard grade. No, it's standard grade.
So that's the dum
At least standard grade, you at least do some sort of
Oh,
maths.
I did standard grade then. Yeah.
you do maths in maths. Lit,
No,
bro.
what they tell you, Sipo and Tandy went to the shop to buy 10 sweets. How many sweets did they buy?
Where was the shop?
Who went to the shop?
All right, James, there's no winning that one, I'm afraid. And James, you know I would protect you. I'm the guy. Sipo and Tandy, yeah. Are they having to put black names in story sums now as well?
Oh, my man.
God.
They went to buy 10 sweets. Who went to the shop? This is on a trick paper. How many sweets did they go buy?
They went to the shop to buy 10 sweets. Do you like sweets? That's
To close it out, yeah, boys, it's been great, Paulo. It's great to be back with you. Senzo, good to be back. To close it out, Tracy Bard, that is the face of a man. James Ilsley, he did Instamat in matric, so shout out to Jimbo. Tracy Bard says T20 has learned nothing from the 7 series. They have the cup, shield and bowl finals. I also don't get that. Like sevens, I've given up again.
You've lost, go home.
Listen, I'm paying. I'm paying. Why are you making me work? You must do the work.
Now you must watch Portugal, Brazil in rugby. What?
You know, the Scandinavians have a great.
I wouldn't watch.
Yeah. Simplicity is the highest form of sophistication. Just keep it simple for me.
You lost, go home.
Here's my money. Give me the product. I don't want to think, divide now like letters. I want to be James. Instamath, right? 3 points, 1 point, 0 points. Go home. That's the product. There we go. You know why football wins? Simple.
And at the end of the season, the 3 guys who suck, you go play with the other people that suck.
And you know what it is about sport? It's supposed to be the last bastion, right? Where excellence is rewarded. You're either good or you're not good enough.
Oh, you didn't hear our conversation about the high school team that.
You got angry.
You were so
You got
triggered. Yes, you were so
angry.
triggered by it.
I said,
So it is not the last bastion.
it's
It is
supposed
not.
to.
We hugged our kids. They felt like heroes after we hugged them.
Am I a terrible person for saying I will not? I'm sorry. Like,
Did you hear what Flip said?
My little nephew is like softy, and he says he's having stress. I've spoken about it before. In my family, we don't tolerate soft. Like, it won't be tolerated until I die. I think, like, because my dad doesn't tolerate it and I will not. Is soft ass bitch kids have to go.
That's what he said. Do you know what Flip said? Those kids don't need hugs. They need to go train. They need to go bloody train.
I heard it. I was walking up the street. I heard it. He's excellent.
Those kids.
Like, we got to be able to say, stop being soft. You lost. Go home and play your PlayStation.
You know the PC brigade are gonna get us now.
I do.
You
Just like Ryan, just because you're upset, it doesn't make you right. That soft ass bitch kids must. I'm sorry, don't come around.
Did you say those bitch kids?
No, they're soft ass bitches. They're not heroes. They're not heroes. They lost, and we can't afford human beings to move back because people need a
And I like
hug.
what Paulo said. He said, 16 is not that bad. He said 17 is not that bad.
Not that bad. It's not that bad. In soccer, it's not that bad.
At that age, yeah.
At that age, it's not that bad.
16 is not that bad, huh?
It's not that bad.
All right, folks. Stop hugging soft ass bitch kids. Make them go home and cry alone. It's fine. Like, they're not gonna die. They're not gonna die from a little bit of pain in life. Get over it. And if you lost 16-0, you deserve to be crying because you're a soft ass and you're terrible. You're allowed to be terrible, Lisa. I'm terrible at 99.9% of the things on this planet, and I don't get a hug for that. Like, sorry, you lost. Go and train, like mommy can't. In fact, parents maybe don't even make them supper that night. They don't deserve it. They're a bunch of losers. It's okay to tell kids
Mediocre,
that.
they needed Figure and Baluna.
Who knew? Who knew that prefix would be... Ladies and gentlemen, the MKT Show on the way out announces Figile Mbalula, perhaps the best parenting advice ever. The mediocre that was displayed there. Ladies and gentlemen, no mediocre here. Senzo Stebe, Paulo Diaz, you guys are awesome. To the boys in the back, appreciate all of you. To Sips, appreciate you. And most of all, and I think we capture this message all the time with the boys being here, we appreciate you for giving up your time to listen to people that don't know what water tastes like. It's unbelievable. My name is MKT. This has been the MKT Show. And for now, we are the hell out of here.
Bye.